Stupid.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
You like my kinky shit?
Intro.
That's intro.
Welcome to Embers of Liberty.
Our country is strong. A great people has been moved to defend a great nation. Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America.
In the Council of Government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
Inherently and historically opposed to secret society.
We, as Americans, have the capacity now, as we've had in the past,
long ago,
to do whatever needs to be done to preserve this last and greatest bastion of freedom.
Far outweighs the dangers.
In this present crisis, government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.
Welcome back to Embers of Liberty, where we've got a full table tonight. We got Lonnie, we got Kate, we got Joe, and we got me.
Yay!
Hooray!
Skull.
Give it a clap.
Oh, I was going to give it a cheer, but
There's a clap button over there, by the way.
There is. It's on the right side.
Yeah. There's a cat call. There's a yeehaw. Yep. Yep.
Unstoppable.
Unlimited power. We need that. We need that one. So, anyway, typical fashion. Joe, how was your week?
it was not good to begin with.
Why is there refried beans on this mouse pad, man?
It's like, what the hell?
What did I tell you about eating at this table?
I don't eat at this table,
Yeah,
man.
whatever. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you don't eat. You just drop shit all over it.
No, my wife eats at this table. And
Beth, what is up with refried beans on this
Unbelievable. Okay, finish quickly.
I got the stomach bug at the beginning of the week,
That's fun.
and then it rained. And then it worked. Oh, Dad got a new tractor.
Cool.
Went and played with that sucker today.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Kate, how was your week?
Good.
Care to elaborate? Just good.
I worked.
All right, sweet. Lottie, how was your week?
My week was good.
Sweet.
No, it's just a normal week. There's nothing really exciting.
Fair enough. And,
I was off Wednesday.
Yes, you were.
I did my taxes.
Yeah.
Did you do them yourself?
Yeah, well,
Hey, how about you
Sorry,
mute
I
that?
didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
TurboTax, yeah.
You TurboTax them?
Yeah.
Oh, impressive.
He used to do taxes for Jackson Hewitt.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Hey, Justin, how was your week?
It was a normal week. Went to work. You know, normal stuff. So,
Yay! Everybody get a clap.
Yep. Fantastic. So, with weeks covered, we have a lot of stuff to talk through tonight. It's time to talk freedom things.
Would you say that we have a full sack tonight?
Well, we have 2 full sacks.
Oh, man, that's... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That's right. That's right.
Yeehaw!
Is that the
I thought that was the button there for a second.
You don't even need the button.
Yeah, we just need to record Lonnie doing
Look,
I
that.
think Lonnie sounds better.
Look, man, when you got a follicle fountain flowing out the back, pure freedom, yeah.
That's
I
right.
think Lonnie sounds better,
That's
actually.
right. So, first off, a little bit of low-hanging fruit here, but Tucker Carlson got a hold of all the January 6th footage, and he has started releasing it.
And I'm here for it.
And it kind of, it doesn't necessarily destroy the narrative, but it does bring into question how honest they were being. Not only that, but it's coming out now that a lot of the Congress people that were on the committee didn't even have access to the videos. It was all staffers. Like, nobody had access to it. So Kevin McCarthy, being Kevin McCarthy, has now granted all members of Congress access to all 44,000 hours of footage or minutes. Is it hours or minutes? I think it's
Hours.
minutes.
No, hours. I heard it on, was it Shapiro?
I don't know.
It was one of
It's
them,
one of
but
those.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot of
44,000
footage.
hours.
It's a lot of stuff
That's a
that
lot.
wasn't there before.
So
That's a
now
lot.
every member of Congress has access to this footage. So it basically tells you that the whole January 6th hearing was a farce.
Sham.
100% a farce. So
But we knew that.
let's watch Tucker's little 5-minute segment of the January 6th footage. Go ahead and full screen us. There you go.
These are the pictures you've seen of January 6th. They're familiar because they've been playing on a loop on every media outlet in America for the last 2 years. There's a reason for that. But it turns out there's quite a bit of video you haven't
They
seen.
are familiar.
That video tells a very different story about what happened on January 6th. More than 40,000 hours of surveillance footage from in and around the Capitol have been withheld from the public. And once you see the
all
video,
wrong.
you'll understand why.
40,000
Taken as a
hours.
whole, the video record does not support the claim that January 6th was an insurrection. In fact, it demolishes that claim. And that's exactly why the Democratic Party and its allies in the media prevented you from seeing it. By controlling the images you were allowed to view from January 6th, they controlled how the public understood that day. They could lie about what happened, and you would never know the difference. Those lies had a purpose. They created a pretext for a federal crackdown on opponents of the Uniparty in Washington.
Our office wanted to ensure that there was shock and awe, that we could charge as many people as possible.
The first thing you notice from viewing the full video record of January 6th is just how many people entered the Capitol building that day. Hundreds and hundreds of people, possibly thousands, over the course of about 2 hours. The crowd was enormous. A small percentage of them were hooligans. They committed vandalism. You've seen their pictures again and again. But the overwhelming majority weren't. They were peaceful, they were orderly and meek. These were not insurrectionists, they were sightseers. Footage from inside the Capitol overturns the story you've heard about January 6th. Protesters queue up in neat little lines. They give each other tours outside the Speaker's office. They take cheerful selfies and they smile.
That's cute.
They're not destroying the Capitol. They obviously revere the Capitol. They're there because they believe the election was stolen from them. They believe in the system. Here's the man you've heard referred to as the QAnon shaman outside the Senate chamber. These are not rioters. These are people who wandered over from a political rally.
We will not let them silence your voices.
After the rally, they walked down Pennsylvania Avenue, where organizers had secured a federal permit to hold a legal rally on the grounds of the Capitol.
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
Once at the Capitol building, things began to get chaotic. Capitol police officers fired tear gas into the crowd. A few at the front of the herd broke windows. Someone opened the doors, and many hundreds of others just walked in.
They're gonna make that the story.
Of course, they did make it the story. And at the center of it, the single most famous person arrested that day was a Navy veteran from Arizona called Jacob Chansley, often referred to as the QAnon shaman.
The so-called QAnon shaman. QAnon shaman.
Someone named Q Shaman.
Jacob Chansley became the face of January 6th, a dangerous conspiracy theorist dressed in outlandish costume who led the violent insurrection to overthrow American democracy. For these crimes, Chansley was sentenced to nearly 4 years in prison, far more time than many violent criminals now receive. What did Jacob Chansley do to receive this punishment? To this day, there is dispute over how Chansley got into the Capitol building. But according to our review of the internal surveillance video, it is very clear what happened once he got inside. Virtually every moment of his time inside the Capitol was caught on tape. The tapes show that Capitol Police never stopped Jacob Chansley. They helped him. They acted as his tour guides. Here's video of Chansley in the Senate chamber. Capitol Police officers take him to multiple entrances and even try to open locked doors for him. We counted at least 9 officers who were within touching distance of unarmed Jacob Chansley. Not one of them even tried to slow him down. Chansley understood that Capitol Police were his allies. Video shows him giving thanks for them in a prayer on the floor of the Senate.
After this, we'll stop.
Thank you, Heavenly Father, for giving the inspiration needed to these police officers to allow us into the building.
Contrast the reality of what Jacob Chansley did in the Capitol building on January 6th, the indisputable facts recorded on video, some of which has never before been seen, with the depiction of Jacob Chansley that you've seen in the media for more than 2 years. He's a terrorist, they said. He should be killed.
Shoot him.
All right. So, you've seen what the Democrats want you to see. Now you're seeing the whole story. And the whole story does kind of demolish the whole violent, deadly insurrection. When you've got hundreds of people just walking around in the Capitol building and the cops aren't doing anything, that's not an insurrection.
No.
Nor is it armed. Now, my favorite thing is that on Twitter, Ed Krasenstein and his brother are complete and total leftists. They like to say that he was walking around with a spear. No, he was walking around with a flag on a pole that looked like a spear.
Can you not see that it's a flag?
It's not a spear unless you're using it to spear people with it. Just
now,
saying.
Now, the Democrats in the
Brick-
in the mainstream
Brick
media
stabbed a guy.
would have you go to George Orwell's 1984 for what Tucker was actually showing you. And did you know that senators will actually call for your censorship in direct violation of the First Amendment of the United States Constitution? Did you know that they'll do that if you show real footage from a real event that really happened? So, Lonnie, let's go ahead and go to the next link.
What worries me is this guy right here. He's like, shoot him. Do you want another civil war? Because that's how you start another civil war. You just start shooting people.
Gonna click the yep. Now, this is the esteemed senator from New York, Chuck Schumer, who, quite frankly, I've got a few choice words for you, Chuck. Fuck you.
Eat a dick.
Thank you, Joe.
You are fake news.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and let this play.
Last night, millions of Americans tuned in to one of the most shameful hours we have ever seen on cable television. With contempt for the facts, disregard of the risks, and knowing full well he was lying to his audience, Fox News host Tucker Carlson ran a lengthy segment last night arguing the January 6th Capitol attack was not a violent insurrection. By diving deep into the waters of conspiracy and cherry-picking from thousands of hours of security footage, Mr. Carlson told the bold-faced lie that the Capitol attack, which we all saw with our own eyes, was somehow not an attack at all. He tried to argue it was nothing more than a peaceful sightseeing tour. Can you imagine?
That's not what he did.
Demonstration. A perfectly fine and appropriate instance of people expressing their opinions.
It's also not what he did.
I, so many others who were here in the Capitol, and millions of Americans are just furious with Tucker Carlson and Kevin McCarthy today. Many of my staff were here at the Capitol on January 6th. Their lives were put in danger, as were the lives of many of my colleagues, as well as police, maintenance
like
staff,
AOC,
reporters,
was it there?
countless others.
She was scared.
At one
Man,
point,
she was scared.
I was within 30 feet of the rioters. One of them, I was told, shouted out, "Let's get him." Before my detail
Bet that didn't
pulled me
happen.
away, and we ran in the other direction.
You can't run.
To say
You
January
probably have a
6th
double
was
hip
not
replacement.
violent is a lie, pure and simple. I don't think I've ever seen a primetime cable news anchor manipulate his viewers the way Mr. Carlson did last night. I don't think I've ever seen an anchor treat the American people and American democracy with such disdain.
Oh,
Can you
that's not the exact clip that I was looking for.
Can you imagine Chuck Schumer running? Probably sounds like WD-40 gave out.
Sounds like a fucking Tin Man off of Wizard of Oz.
For some reason, I thought that was the one where he called for the censorship.
Also, I would like to argue that
I think it's funny how he laid out the Democrats' game plan. He cherry-picked exact videos that he wanted you to see. Well, that's kind of what you did, sir.
Also,
or,
I'd like to argue that the most shameful 2 hours on cable television is probably The View.
I think it's only an hour, but nice try.
Either way.
Yeah, it's only an hour long.
Either way. Most shameful. That 1 hour of The View is way more shameful than 2 hours of Tucker Carlson.
I mean...
Yep, that's not it either. So now he did, at one point in that speech that he was giving, say that they needed to pull him off the air.
That's that. You want another reason to start a civil war? There's another one. You start censoring this stuff, you're going to start a civil war.
I'm trying to find.
Hey, look at this. This is a good idea. Then Tucker needs to tell all of it.
Whoa, that was a delayed echo.
Like literally, he just needs to like pay somebody to like make a 40,000 minute video of all the video.
No, I don't want to tweet.
Or dude, or
minute or hours?
hours. Or allow us to
hold on, just
download it in a zip file. Everybody in America.
That's a big ass zip file.
That would be
That
damn
would,
big.
it would, with your internet, you would never see it.
Maybe in bits, like, you know.
Damn it, I wish we had a dial-up button.
Maybe in bits, like.
Darn it, darn it, darn.
I love how I couldn't hear any of that.
Put your headphones on.
I can't hear this.
Stupid.
Because I need to know if this is the right clip or not.
Going through menopause over here. It's fucking hot in here, dude.
Let me see if I can turn down.
It's hot. Like sauna.
This is annoying.
He's not surprised by this outcome. What a low point for Speaker McCarthy. What a low point for Fox News.
Yeah, that's not it either. I don't know where it's at, but I know for a fact that he did say it. And I thought that was the right clip.
Turn it down to 69 for you, Lummy.
But
if you want to, you can go. Nice. If you want to go turn that fan on, you can.
No, I'm good.
Let's see if I can. I'm still looking for it. Go ahead and go to the next clip, though, Lonnie.
Okay.
The next clip is
Woo, the Chinese spy balloon.
Is the Chinese spy balloon herself.
Look at her. Damn, she looks like a plum right there.
Purple
is not your color.
She looks like the girl from Willy Wonka.
The girl after she
ate that
bubble gum.
Yeah.
Violet, you're turning violet.
Tucker Carlson took a page from George Orwell's 1984 and told his viewers to reject the evidence of their eyes and ears. Tucker Carlson took a page from George
She was trying not to have a stroke.
First off,
the diabetes are pulsing through her veins.
Why would he do that when he's literally like, hey, use your eyes and ears and determine for yourself what happened?
Because they know that their viewers of The View don't actually watch Tucker Carlson, so they're just telling them what they want them to think he said. It's pretty simple.
So,
I just don't understand these people.
I don't understand how someone wants to sit there and say that Tucker Carlson is taking a page from 1984
when he's exposing information.
Exposing evidence to the eyes and ears. And the Democrat Party has done nothing but use 1984 as a manual.
Hey, I'm just going to tell you right now. Alaskan Tequila gets it.
Alaskan Tequila says, no, dear, that's what the January 6th committee did. The DOJ and the dutiful media and people like you people like you did. You are the ones pushing Orwellian propaganda.
Exactly.
Tucker is just pointing out the obvious.
good
With
check
receipts you kept hidden and want to remain hidden. Ooh, y'all big mad now.
Shout out to Alaskan
Oh,
Tequila.
no, you didn't.
I wonder if you can like tag them in this, and if they have a YouTube.
You can't. Well, you probably can, but I don't know.
But we ain't going to do that.
Man, I was going to.
No. Don't be
You're kind of weird.
Don't be doing that. You're a weirdo.
You want them to come to the show?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
That's how you get views, bro.
You get views by being good.
But also, we can reference...
Which will never be with Joe on this show.
We can reference...
His damn nostrils.
Shut up!
Damn!
I am the nostril.
You are indeed the nostril.
My power is wind moving.
Yeah.
Anyway, we can reference this again in a little bit when we bring up COVID as well.
Yes, we can. So anyway, you guys remember how everybody was saying that everybody was saying that Trump's use of the words "fight like hell" was inciting violence? Does anybody else remember that, or is it just me?
I do remember that.
I remember it.
Well, it's weird because here we have yet another Democrat using the same language.
But it's inspirational.
But it's inspirational. It's not. It's not an incitement to violence, Lonnie. You watch your mouth. Stupid him. Stupid him. Right now.
Stupid. Damn it. I'm stupid. I'm a stupid American viewer. I don't know anything.
Yeah, you are a deplorable and a smelly. And you need to shut up with your follicle fountain. Okay?
Hey,
you be quiet.
Look, the follicle fountain sometimes speaks for me.
So
You're like Voldemort with Professor Quill.
It's like all of a sudden you just see Lonnie just like
I'm like fucking Medusa. Don't look into my eyes.
He just
Turn your
turns
ass into
around.
a freedom
Turn
machine.
around and that shit starts time out.
Yeah.
I'm never good.
You look into my eyes, you turn into a freedom machine.
yes. Fucking look at me. Look at me. Fuck yeah.
Lonnie just spins around, the hair just starts moving like a mouth.
If you ever see this shit just start floating up on its own, watch out.
Like fucking Doctor Strange.
He's
today.
fucking.
I'm out.
He's going super redneck.
There's just gonna be like bush lattes just pop up in my hand. Yeah.
All right, so
Lonnie's
Gretchen
way
Whitmer,
better at that.
Gretchen Whitmer, who somehow won re-election in Michigan because
Wait, you said
'Cause it's
Gretchen
Michigan.
Whitmer? No, she's the Wicked Witch of the Midwest.
that's true.
Because it's Michigan.
Had some choice words about them making sure that it's legal to kill babies in Michigan.
Oh boy!
Go ahead and full screen this.
Only Michigan people are proud of Michigan.
Go ahead, Lonnie.
Michigan's not even proud of Michigan. Let's not fool ourselves here.
Right now, there's a lawsuit in Texas that may lead to a ban on mifepristone. This is one of 2 drugs that is used for medication abortion. Mifepristone has been approved by the FDA and prescribed safely by doctors for decades. I want to make one thing very clear.
Safe if
Abortion
you're not a
is
baby.
And will remain safe and legal here in Michigan. The people spoke in November and put reproductive freedom into our Constitution. But banning mifepristone will impact tens of millions of Americans, including Michiganders, because it's one of the 2 drugs used in medication abortion. Taking away access to this medication will reduce people's freedom to make their own decisions about their bodies and prevent doctors from doing their jobs effectively. In Michigan, we will use every tool in our toolboxes to protect people's fundamental rights and ensure that doctors can prescribe safe, effective medication. Let's keep fighting like hell. Right now, there's
She said the
a lawsuit
words.
in Texas that may lead to a
Yeah,
ban on
she said those words.
She said the forbidden words.
I think those words were "fight like hell."
Yeah.
Were they not?
Quote in
Fighting like hell.
Yeah.
We'll keep fighting like hell.
Fight like hell.
And if you'll go back, if you'll exit the full screen there, Go back up.
Oh,
We'll keep fighting like hell to protect people's fundamental rights and ensure doctors can prescribe safe and effective medication.
wait, hold on. This is even worse because they're currently fighting. Trump said fight like hell. That was, future tense.
Yeah, they're already fighting.
They're already
and she's
fighting.
encouraging it.
She is. That's inciting ongoing violence.
You know what, maybe she shouldn't be such a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think she can.
Did you fix that?
It sounded really good.
Oh, wait. No. No, it's the Smell Like Failure that
Oh.
has the music in front of it.
I didn't mess with anything.
Yeah, I got to fix that clip. Anyway, so yeah, it's pretty gross.
Yeah.
That they're fighting like hell
To kill babies.
to kill babies when Texas is the one banning mifepristone.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Kind of going outside your zone there.
Kind of feel like that doesn't impact Michigan like at all.
Because, they overturned Roe versus Wade. So, I mean,
I'd also like to
state
add
by
the fact.
state.
Yeah.
I'd also like to add the fact that medication helps life.
Yes.
If this kills life, this is not medication.
But more importantly, this lipstick does not match this outfit.
No, it doesn't. It definitely doesn't.
That face doesn't match that outfit.
No, this face doesn't match
She's
that
like she looks
position.
like a white Kamala Harris.
Holy shit!
Oh my God, you're actually right.
She looks like a white Kamala Harris, man.
Yeah, but
White,
But so does Kamala Harris.
Wait! She's white giggles.
Oh no. But so does Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris looks like a white Kamala Harris too.
Fair enough. Okay, so anyway, let's see what else we got here because we've still got a good bit of stuff to go through. Now, last week we talked about corruption in Ukraine a little bit.
Yeah, there's only a smidge of that going on.
There's just a little bit of that. Just a tiny bit.
Like that bitch. How much?
Yeah, like maybe
Stretch your arm.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
That's an accurate representation. It's off the chart, and I'm sure that Joe's arms went off the screen there.
Well, I can't pull my pants down
She's got to
and
do
show you my
too.
butt, or
Fair enough.
What does that have anything to do with?
Big booty,
It was
Judith.
It
I just want to
was
point out Hillary's got the mullet.
it was a joke about my butt.
Yes, she does.
Damn.
Anyway,
Kinda like
so
Hillary now. I'm just kidding.
a key Trump impeachment witness has been busted for dealing lucrative defense contracts in Ukraine.
Damn. It's funny
weird,
how things
huh?
go full circle here.
Scroll back up. What was that?
I don't, just
You literally just said
I'm
it.
sorry. I
literally
had like an
just said it.
ADHD moment, and I was
Hey,
drifted off.
Didn't you pull up the fucking Google Docs on
yeah,
your
I
computer?
did.
Look.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Doofus.
So a key witness in the impeachment proceedings of President Donald Trump is being called an opportunist after pitching lucrative defense contracts to Ukrainian government in a blatant attempt to profit off their current international struggle.
Wait,
Weird.
Who's colluding with the Russians again? At this point, I would say the Democrats are colluding
that would
with
be
the Russians.
That would be Papa.
What?
No.
Hey, look here, fat.
Listen,
If you got a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Joey likes titties.
and
I got
Russians.
2 words for you.
Made in America. So
Hey, I got a little tidbit of information. There's a stink bug by that light. I don't
Yeah,
know
I've
if
been
I noticed
watching.
that
Yes,
little
there is.
flicker.
It's been flying around for a minute.
yeah. So retired Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman, who testified before the House Intelligence Committee in 2019 in response to questions about dealings between President Trump and Ukrainian. What the fuck? Who wrote this article? Ukrainian. Yeah, between President Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, because they kind of left something out. Whoever your editor is, fire them.
It's pretty atrocious.
So he's offered logistics and equipment management services to Ukrainian forces for $12 million. The contract was offered through Trident International LLC, of which Vindman is CEO.
Oh, damn. It's almost like he's getting a kickback.
Almost. Kind of weird, huh?
Kind of weird, bro.
But, The Democrats subpoenaed Vindman to testify in 2019 as part of their impeachment hearings, exploring whether or not President Trump appealed to Ukrainian President Zelensky to investigate Joe Biden's involvement in helping his son Hunter secure business dealings with natural gas firm Burisma Holdings. Yeah. This
is looking pretty bleak.
Looks pretty bad for Vindman here.
Especially considering the Democrats said he was a very,
stand-up guy.
Yeah, like he was the guy.
He was,
you have to believe him. He was outstanding in his accomplishments.
Yeah.
He's a lieutenant colonel.
Now, here's the thing. Vindman, fuck you.
Looking like a bag of shit, bro.
Thanks, Joe. So, yeah. I mean, it just seems like everything is not what we've been told.
You
more
mean
and more.
Just,
it seems...
It's like the light
It
is
seems
showing,
like
bro.
Whoopi Goldberg saying, reject the evidence of your eyes and ears.
Well, just scratch this, throw it in the can,
is,
man.
Not working.
Damn, I can't believe this anymore.
I can't believe it's not butter.
Disregard the evidence of your eyes and ears. That was the party's greatest command.
Little side note. I found out that about 75% of the butter you buy in the store is not real butter. It's margarine.
Well, does shit.
I didn't know
You
that.
can't read
Yeah,
it?
if you buy anything in a tub, it's most likely not butter.
I've never read it. I thought it was butter.
No, you got to buy stick butter.
Yeah, by stick.
No. See, because Blue Bonnet makes stick butter, but it's still margarine.
Blue Bonnet doesn't advertise it as butter.
They said it's margarine.
They call it margarine.
But what I was going to say is,
Listen up here, young fella. Let me educate you.
Real butter. Like, say you buy like a stick, like a 4-pack of stick butter for $1.50 or $2.50 or whatever. Real butter, that same amount of real butter is like $7.50. Like, real butter is freaking expensive.
That's why they sell margarine. Cheaper for the consumer.
But it
Still
give you,
tastes like butter.
But it give you the cancer, supposedly.
No, yeah, probally.
Look,
that's why
everything gives
me
you
and
cancer
so
now.
many damn other Americans have cancer.
Cancer nowadays.
Until you don't, cell phones.
Anyway,
Whatever.
yeah, 5G, man.
5G, bro.
Fucking 5G.
It's coming for us.
I'm actually looking
brainwash.
forward to your conspiracy corner tonight,
Don't
Joe.
let me down, Joe.
If you let us down, I will stab you.
I tell you what, back in my day, I'd take you up behind the woodshed.
So, also because of this,
Let's see. You don't have your Dr. Pepper, but you do have Mellow
hey,
Yellow.
could you shut your mouth?
But you do have. Okay, I think we're cranking you up over there. That's good.
In addition to this, a certain FBI director. Yeah, we're done with that. A certain FBI director was testifying in front of Congress. One of the
Federal Reserve Chairman Jay Powell.
Nope, that's not it. What is that? That's the last one. I need right up right there.
Oh, sure. Because
Yep.
I'm pretty sure this is
nope. That's the right one.
Okay.
So
my bad, bro.
Here's the thing. A certain FBI director named Christopher Wray was
that guy's important.
Was brought in front of House Intelligence Committee, I do believe. Could be a different committee. I'm not sure which committee it is, and it doesn't
It's a committee.
say. But it's one of the House committees, right? That's the important part. And this motherfucker blatantly
He didn't lie, did he?
stonewalls Congress and lies to Congress about the FBI's censorship of the Hunter Biden laptop,
Damn.
which would reveal his corruption and criminal activity.
In the cover-up?
But Christopher Wray, he can't talk about that. He can't be bothered to talk about that. So let's take a gander at this.
Moving forward, do you believe the Hunter Biden laptop story is disinformation?
Well, I want to be careful about, there is an ongoing investigation that is relevant to that, so I have to be careful of what I can share on that here.
Do you believe the Hunter Biden laptop story is disinformation?
I don't think there's anything I can share on that in open setting.
Yes,
Were
you can.
aware that the
It's a
FBI
yes or no
personnel
question.
were in contact with Twitter regarding the Hunter Biden laptop story?
I don't believe FBI personnel were in contact with Twitter about the Hunter laptop story specifically.
Who would have ever
Hold on. Wait a second. There's emails.
Lots of them.
From Agent Elvis Chan.
Elvis Jan.
What a name. His parents are fucking rock stars.
Requesting
a piece of shit.
Remember
requesting that they pull things down off of Twitter, but you don't believe that anybody from the FBI was in contact with Twitter?
I think the more important thing here is how hard is it to say yes or no? A 2-letter and a 3-letter word.
Well, okay, so if there's an open, here's one thing though. If there's
no, this isn't about the investigation. This is about what he believes.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, but if it's relative to the investigation, though,
it's not relevant to the investigation.
It's not pending. It doesn't change the outcome.
There's
of
no
an investigation.
dispute that the Hunter Biden laptop is real. It's authentic. It is Hunter Biden's.
That's like I could tell you I hate chicken, but I can still work at a chicken plant. You see what I'm saying? There's no relevance there.
Come on, man.
Opinion
Objection,
versus
relevance.
I'm just saying maybe that's why I don't know. Either
No.
way,
There's no excuse for him to sit there and say, I can't talk about that because there's an ongoing investigation.
He could say, it doesn't look good, but there's a pending investigation, and that will determine the outcome of what said investigation.
This is a personal belief. This is not about the investigation. This is, do you, Christopher Wray, believe that the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian disinformation? That's a yes or no question. That doesn't impact the investigation.
He could have even said, maybe.
Could be.
He
So
could have
it's
said
somebody doesn't want to admit they're wrong.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
he done stepped into doo-doo.
Yep.
He's trying to wipe it off.
So let's let this, let's go ahead and let this go.
I need to clip my sound, Mark.
Contact with Twitter about Russian disinformation efforts.
Of which the Hunter Biden laptop story was included, according to the FBI.
Well, I don't know exactly what you're looking at, but I'm happy to talk about what it is the FBI does and does not do with respect to social media.
Parkinson's.
Were you aware that the FBI had Hunter Biden's laptop since December of 2019?
I can't speak to exactly when we had a laptop.
Yes, you can.
There is, as you know, there is an ongoing investigation.
Yeah, we heard you.
Yeah, we heard you the first 4 fucking times you said that.
From the prior administration that we continue to work very closely with.
And we had an ongoing investigation
liar.
as well.
And our Baltimore field
Liar!
office is working very hard
Yeah,
with
liar
that
him.
attorney. And I expect them to pursue that case as far as it takes.
This stonewalling, Director Wray, the American people deserve answers, and this is unacceptable. Lastly, did you sign off on the Mar-a-Lago raid?
I like this lady. She's spicy.
Well, first off, it was not a raid. It was an execution of the search warrant.
Did you sign off on the execution of the search warrant?
May I finish? Second, I don't sign off on individual search warrants in that case or in any other.
Did Attorney General Merrick Garland sign off to your awareness?
I can't speak to the Attorney General.
Was there dissent at senior levels of the FBI about the conducting
Damn, he's about as stupid as the guy that got signed to the FAA.
I can't speak to internal discussions among
He
the
didn't know
FBI
shit.
or among the FBI and the Department of Justice.
Even though it's been reported in the Washington Post.
There are lots of things reported in the media.
I know,
a lot of
leaked
times
from your
that
agency.
shouldn't be.
Leaked from your agency.
That's why we're
frequently
here,
reported in
buddy.
the
It may
Washington
or may
Post.
not be accurate.
It may or may not be accurate. With that, I yield back.
Okay.
Dr. Barrett.
I like that girl. She's got a set of balls.
I just want to say,
Yeah, I feel like things are about to get a little bit intense.
that's the kind of Karen you
By
want.
the way, Lonnie, you mentioned that guy's name. You know, it's like, wow, his parents must be rock stars. It's a prerequisite before you work at Twitter that you have to change your name into something hip and liberal.
He doesn't work at Twitter. He's an FBI agent.
Oh, well, he was colluding with Twitter though, so it's a prerequisite.
Correct.
You have to do what?
You know,
It's a joke. It's a joke. I said you have to change your name to something hip and
to
progressive.
agree. So let's go ahead and just votes. Christopher Wray, was he lying to Congress just then?
Aye.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. So consensus is you're a fucking liar. Let's go on to the next thing, which Joe actually contributed. I'm proud of you this week. You've contributed some stuff.
Oh yeah, this is kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie.
Chairman Jay Powell back
So-
on Capitol Hill.
A little scary.
So they're
scary.
they're thinking that the stock market's about to crash.
And we actually have some proof that could possibly be actively happening as we speak.
Well, other than the fact that the stock market took a giant shit on Thursday and Friday.
Right. And Friday, we actually had a bank close down. We had a run on one bank.
Yeah, well, that bank was...
Out of the United States.
Yes. But this bank is countrywide, though.
Oh.
It's not like one bank in Little Idaho. You know, it's like one bank that in the whole country.
So it's actually a Silicon Valley bank.
But they finance like big people. Like they finance what was it?
Silicon Valley.
The bed and breakfast places like you can rent.
Airbnb.
They finance Airbnb. They finance like other big tech kind of places.
Yeah, because you know Silicon Valley.
So you know,
I don't remember which button that is. We actually have that button over here.
What?
There you go.
It's okay. I'll do it. I do it better anyway.
So small regional banks are done. One banking source said everyone is going to want to put their money in J.P. Morgan or Bank of America. Doubt it.
That sounds like a horrible idea.
No.
Credit unions are the answer, in my opinion.
Probably.
That's who I bank with. Credit union.
Redstone.
Yep.
So, you know, the thing is that
I bank with cash. No, I'm just kidding.
I got PayPal, Cash App. You know, I got that Emerald Green Card. Oh, that's because I filed my taxes.
So here's the thing.
We have Lonnie revving up like a small little two-cycle engine over there.
This bank that got taken down was an investment bank. It wasn't a, you know,
just a normal bank,
not one of our banks.
Right.
This is
run amok bank.
It's a business bank.
This is a bank that has very large accounts,
right?
Like millions or billions of dollars in these accounts.
I think that's the concern, though, is if a big bank like that can't stand up to this, then
no, investment is risky.
That is true.
Yeah, if they're an investment bank and they only deal with large amounts, it doesn't take very
much to tank it.
Yeah, it doesn't take much for them to go up or down really bad.
Still scary though. They said this is possibly the biggest, thing since the 2008.
I mean, it's been pointing.
It's not about. It's not.
Damn it!
That's not.
Beat me to it.
You're not talking about the same thing. You're talking about the stock market. We're talking about an investment bank.
I got you.
So all the signs are pointing to a stock market crash, which is bad for everyone.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like it's came out of nowhere. It's not like it's sneak attack.
No, it's
been there.
We've been talking about it for a while now.
Since Biden's been elected.
I mean, let's just put it this way: it was we were on our way pre-COVID.
I don't think we were on our way pre-COVID.
No.
The economy was booming.
The economy was like way up there. It wasn't really until Biden got the nomination that it started to kind of slowly trend. It was maintaining, but after he was inaugurated and
fair. I may have got my timeline screwed up there.
You kind of did.
I mean, leave it to a worldwide shutdown to.
Yeah, to fuck the economy. Yeah.
And I'm not saying that Trump would have been able to maintain.
I
just want one.
And I'm not saying that Trump would have been able to maintain that same level of booming
Put him away.
after
Just
COVID if he
want
got a re-election, but I don't think it would be quite as bad as it is now.
Probably not.
I really don't. I just don't, because the stock market is reactive. We've talked about this before.
Yeah.
People are going to plan based on what they've seen. During Trump, he had a lot of success. Business was booming. Everybody had faith in him. So it may have dipped down just because there was strain on the global economy. Yeah. I don't think you could have avoided a dip down in it, but I don't think it would have maintained a downward spiral.
Imagine if COVID would have happened under Joe Biden's watch.
Everything would have been so much worse.
We'd be fucking making clothes out of flour sacks.
We'd all be running around in loincloths and barefoot.
Oh, Barry's going
Anyway, on to the impending financial collapse of the United States. Let's go ahead and
play ball.
Let's watch the doom.
Chairman Jay Powell back on Capitol Hill today for day 2 of his testimony. He will be in front of the House Financial Services Committee this morning. Stocks tumbled yesterday after his comments that rates may have to go higher to rein in inflation.
Ouch.
The latest economic data have come in stronger than expected. If the totality of the
I
data
bet
were to
she
indicate
turns.
that faster tightening is warranted,
She's playing Candy Crush.
we're prepared to increase the pace of rate
No,
hikes.
Gardenscapes. Duh.
Joining me now is the Bear Traps Report founder and New York Times bestselling
Maybe.
author, Larry
Come on,
McDonald.
man.
Larry, it's great to see you.
You
Thanks
know
so much
better
for being
than
here.
thing.
I want to get your take on Jay Powell yesterday. What did you make of the speech?
Well, it's kind of like he's overcooking the goose. They're playing catch up, and while they were doing quantitative easing in 2021, inflation started to rage, and now they're trying to catch up.
I'm just going to say, with all those graphs up there, that got fucked.
Yeah, for sure.
That look at equity
Hard.
and credit point to one of the highest probabilities of a crash in the stock market looking out 60 days.
I bet he knows Shia LaBeouf.
60 days? You're saying we're going to see we're going to see a crash in the stock market within 60 days?
Yes, because the withdrawal of capital from the middle class families is so spectacular. For every 1% increase, now, a lot of these economists and Wall Street people, they throw around, the Fed's hiking basis, 100 basis points, 50 basis points. The bottom line is, for every 1% increase in rates, and we've done almost 5% now, every 1% takes $50 billion out of the pockets of middle-class families. Auto loans right now are approaching 14%. Almost 20% of auto loans are $1,000 a month. And so the middle-class families are getting hammered here. And so the consumer pressure is, violent. But on the high end, the wealthy are doing well with excess savings and higher interest rates.
Yeah, well, look, I'm glad you brought up rates, because we're talking about the 2-year above 5% today. Mortgage rates, just out moments ago, the 30-year fixed rate up again now to 6.79% last week. I mean, Larry, the last time we saw mortgage rates shoot up this way, we saw real demand destruction. People were walking away from their mortgages.
You put the hurt on me, Ricky.
The Fannie Mae survey finds Americans are pessimistic about their personal financial outlook. 31% of Americans said that they expect their personal finances to improve over the next year. But that's the lowest reading since 2010. Larry, before you get into what we're looking at in terms of rates and the impact, I want to bring Adam Johnson in here.
Hey, pause it for a second.
Adam,
so one thing that is good about that is if you have a fixed mortgage rate, that's not your interest rate.
No, it's going to stay the same because it's fixed.
Now, if you get a house now, that's going to be an interest rate, and you're going to be stuck with that, even if the rates go back down.
Until you refinance.
Right.
Thank you, Joe, for this financial advice.
Damn,
some people don't know. Some people don't know.
Joe is not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice.
Yes. We have some people don't know this stuff.
NFA.
Man. But it says fixed mortgages rates rise. Some people will be looking at, I thought I had a fixed rate. Why is it rising? Some people are going to look at that.
But here's also a fun fact.
Because some people are stupid.
But here's another fun fact. Your house payment is most likely going to go up regardless, even if you have a fixed rate, depending on your loan type.
Mine has
Because mine did. And the reason is because the price of your homeowner's insurance changes. It also changes the price of your house payment.
Which is bullshit.
If you have a homeowner's insurance company that will change your rates based on the value of your home, then your house payment goes up.
I don't think ours does.
See, mine did. Mine went up the start of this year, my house payment went up over $200.
Jeez!
A month.
That's bullshit.
That is some bullshit.
Because the value of my home doubled in price. My interest rate did not change, but I'm kind of glad that they did, because there's some insurance companies out there that won't adjust your value of your home insurance.
And if something happens, then
they only give you for what you signed up for.
Yeah.
I've heard of that. People had fires and stuff, and they were like, "Oh, we can only rebuild half your house." And they're like, "Huh?" It's like, "Oh, you didn't call us to have your value adjusted."
Wait, what happened to me?
So,
Kate, you live in a house? You live in a house?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
She doesn't own.
I don't own it. I rent it.
Okay.
From my brother.
Bro Tide.
Oh, shit.
All I'm saying is all of this just makes me want to go back to my original plan of just buying like 5 acres and putting a tiny house on it.
You know what you do? You buy 5 acres and you buy a bunch of Connex shelters.
Yep.
Ooh.
They actually sell tiny homes on Amazon now.
They also sell them at Home Depot for $12,000.
Yeah, these are like half that price.
When we were looking at them, there was 2-story ones. Or
At Home
a
Depot?
2-story one at Home Depot.
Yeah,
Me and Beth almost bought that one. It was $10,000 then.
Yeah, inflation. It's $12,000 now.
Anyway, so we're done with this because, I mean, the thing that you need to know is that it's looking like a crash in the next 60 days.
That's what they're saying, 60 days to a stock market crash.
Within 60 days, not
Yes.
just 60 days.
Yeah, it could be 29. It could be 30.
It could be Monday.
Now
it could be Black Monday all over again.
Now, outside of
No.
outside of this week on Twitter,
you weren't even
we've
alive
got-
at that time.
No.
We've got some more
People were
Twitter-related
jumping out
stuff.
windows and stuff.
Were they?
Yeah, bankers.
On Black Monday?
No. Real American
Well,
people
yeah.
were jumping out. They were killing themselves.
Yeah,
Wait,
some
we're
of
talking
them.
about the
Black
a lot of
Monday
them.
or whatever the hell it was called. when
the one
stock
from
market crashed.
Wolf of Wall Street?
No, I'm talking
No.
about the Depression.
Oh, you're talking about in 1920s.
The big one. The big daddy.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think anything's going to be that big. I think there's too many protections in place now that weren't there then.
I don't know. We'll see.
Does it protect
I mean,
you
even
from panic?
I mean, Kate, even in
No.
2008, people were going home and shooting their entire families and then shooting themselves.
Yeah.
In 2008.
Yeah.
Like that's scary, man.
Yep, mortgage crisis.
Like I'll live in the woods, man, before I do that to my family. Like,
yeah. So,
damn. That's why, kids, it's important to have skills that you can use to take care of yourself in hard times.
And not
So,
eat Tide Pods.
on top of Christopher Wray lying to Congress, we also got the one, the man, the myth, the legend, Matt Taibbi, author of parts of the Twitter Files, in a weaponization of the federal government subcommittee hearing.
Look, all I'm going to say is if you ever see Jim Johnson, it's going to be juicy.
Jim Jordan.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
So is this Matt
Easy
Taibbi
mistake
right
to
here?
make. No, that's Jim Jordan.
Okay. I'm about to say, this does not look like what I picture Matt
Do
Taibbi to
you even pay attention
Bruh.
to the show?
Who votes for Joe to be
Ever?
off the show?
What?
Come on,
I
Kate.
don't feel like I have enough say.
Fuck.
You're at the table.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're at the table. You've
If
got
I-
plenty to say.
If I don't, he'll beat me.
Joe, you're fired.
Give me that stream deck.
Just like I'm voting under duress.
You've lost your rights.
Blink twice if you're in danger.
What is that? The
Yeah.
Isn't that the signal for I'm in
Hi,
danger?
I would like to order a pizza. Yes, with extra pepperoni or whatever the hell it was.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So let's take a listen to Matt Taibbi here.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to our witnesses for being here today and all of your important work that you have put into writing
Elvira.
the Twitter files.
Without
thank you
hair.
for your willingness to come here and be subjected
Elvira
to the
went
kind
woke.
of abuse that we've observed when all you're trying to do is talk about the importance of the First Amendment and why the federal government
Has she
should
even
not be
blinked
doing what
yet?
they did and what has
Yes.
been evidenced in the Twitter files.
She's a lizard
I
person.
often say that sunshine is the best disinfectant. And boy, after listening to you and reading the reports that I have, does our federal government need to be fumigated?
Did it take
Mr.
you all day
Taibbi, I'd like to focus
write
on
that?
Twitter Files Part 9, Twitter and other government agencies, as I think a lot of the evidence you present in this section touches on the major takeaways that are so important for Americans to understand about the seriousness of what was found in the Twitter files. In your testimony describing the cooperation between the federal government and
You
tech
going poop?
companies like Twitter, you stated,
You going
quote,
poop?
a focus of this growing network
Joe,
is
what I do
making
in the
lists
bathroom
of
is my
people whose
business.
opinions,
I just-
beliefs,
ask him
associations, or
Be
sympathies
quiet.
are deemed to be misinformation, disinformation, or malinformation, end quote. What's interesting to me is that what is missing from that list is the word unlawful.
It's true, yes.
FBI's lexicon. In Part 9 of the Twitter files, Mr. Taibbi notes that the main conduit sending requests to Twitter would routinely label these flags as violations of Twitter's terms of service. Even Jim Baker, a Twitter employee at the time and someone who is allegedly a former general counsel of the FBI, stated, quote, but also odd that they are searching for violations of our policies. Mr. Taibbi, what was the approximate percentage of the FBI requests to Twitter being based on the justification that the tweet violated the company's terms of service?
Ms. Congressman, I would say
Damn
that
it.
that
I
was a
missed the
standard
opportunity.
disclosure or a standard disclaimer in almost all the communications from the FBI to Twitter. There would usually be a line in there saying something like, for your consideration, we believe the following 207 accounts may have violated your terms of service. But notably, they very rarely focused on words like truth or inaccuracy. Very often they use the words malinformation, misinformation, or disinformation. And so I think they were trying to shift the focus from one idea to the other.
Yeah, I think that's interesting as well. What do you make of the finding that the FBI found it its responsibility to police violation of a private company's terms of service as a priority over policing violations of U.S. federal law?
There were a couple of very telling emails that we published. One was by a lawyer named Sasha Cardile, where the company was being so overwhelmed by requests from the FBI, and in fact,
Why does this guy sound like he's about to shit his pants?
One batch, saying that was a monumental undertaking to clear all of these. But she noted that she believed that
That's
the
Matt
FBI
Taibbi, man.
was essentially
Like, this dude sounds petrified.
doing word searches keyed to Twitter's terms of service.
Sounds like he hit a blunt before he walked in.
Looking for violations of terms of service, specifically so that they could make recommendations along those lines, which we found interesting.
Do you believe it's the FBI's responsibility to police the terms of service for a private company?
I do not. I think you cannot have a state-sponsored anti-disinformation effort and also without directly striking at the whole concept of free speech. I think the two ideas are in direct conflict, and this is a fundamental misunderstanding, I think, of a lot of the people who get into this world. Some of them, I believe, in a well-meaning way. I think they're actually trying to accomplish something positive, but they don't understand what free speech means and what happens when you do this. It undermines the whole concept that truth doesn't come from, isn't mandated, that we arrive at it through debate and discussion.
Twitter's terms of service.
Absolutely, yes.
And wouldn't you also agree with me that
Back
the
it up
FBI
about
is
15
responsible
seconds.
for complying with the first
Arrive at it through debate and discussion.
Well, in fact, wouldn't you agree with me that the First Amendment is broader than Twitter's terms of service?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah.
And wouldn't you also agree with me that the FBI is responsible for complying with the First Amendment, not Twitter's terms of service?
I would hope so, yes.
All right, he doesn't get an artificial. Bravo, sir.
Bravo.
You answered
Okay.
correctly.
So, the thing with all of this is, at the end of the day, the FBI should not be trying to enforce Twitter's terms of service, 827. They shouldn't even be involved in this at all. The only things that the FBI should police on Twitter are
terrorist
actual unlawful speech, such as incitement to violence.
Would you like to provide an example?
Someone should go kill that motherfucker.
Mm.
That is an incitement to violence.
Watch out, Joe.
Someone should hit Joe with a shovel.
That's true.
Incitement to violence.
Yeah. Thank you.
All other speech,
free, boy.
Free as a bird.
Free
fly
as a bird until I crash in my airplane.
Yeah.
I just want to say that was fucking beautiful.
I've been called the songbird of my generation.
No, I was talking about the collective.
It made my
the ensemble.
It made my ear follicles tingle with an unimaginable joy.
Your ear follicles?
You know what else? You know what other follicles are?
There are hairs in your ears.
Yeah, that's hair follicles, not ear follicles.
No, there are.
He's got a point, Joe. He's not wrong. It's called hair follicles.
You are a dentist, you are a dentist. You know what I'm talking about. You work in a dentist office.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah, I'm an assistant manager, number one.
You work at an eye doctor.
Yeah.
So that's even closer to your ears.
Stupid him.
Optometry office.
Optometry. Yeah.
Joe also said that he's kind of retarded.
Yeah,
we caught that on
sure.
tape, so let's hear Joe say that he's kind of retarded real quick.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
I'm surprised I didn't think you worked at a gynecologist or something.
There are little hairs in your ears.
Yeah, but you said ear follicles.
That help with your hearing.
It's not called ear follicles.
I'm gonna look it up.
Look, if it's a follicle, it's attached to hair.
Follicle fountain.
Look,
has spoken.
speaking truth. Look, this thing's about to start floating. You better watch out.
Stereocilia are delicate hair-like projections that react to cochlear fluid movement.
Yeah, that's not hair. It's not a follicle. You are wrong. You lose. Good day, sir.
Fake news him, please.
You are fake news.
Thanks, Lonnie. That was a good
The
call.
inner hair cells are most responsive to louder sounds. The outer hair cells are most responsive to softer sounds.
Yeah, it's stereocilia. Hair-like. They're not hair.
It's like there's cones and rods in your eyes.
They're not actual cones.
Son of a bitch, it was a joke. It was a damn joke.
It was
Anyway.
a bad one. Failed attempt.
Yeah. No. Anyway.
Stupid.
Yeah, so if it's not incitement to violence,
One more in for good measure.
the government shouldn't be involved in it at all. Right? Am I right?
Sounds fair.
Anybody disagree? No?
Wait, what was the question? I was still.
Can you use
I
it
was
in a
still
sentence,
stupefying
please?
Joe in my head.
The federal government shouldn't have any involvement in policing speech
Hey.
unless it's hate speech.
Not
Am,
unless,
am I wrong?
Not, not unless they're protecting
you're
your
not
right.
wrong, sorry.
Not unless they're protecting your right to do so.
Excuse me. You are bigly fired.
I think the government should be able to do whatever it wants.
Fed.
It's like, hold on. Turn on the camera.
If your fucking mullet pulled out a gun too, I would.
Pulled out a fucking derringer. What'd you say, some bitch? Sipping on a bush latte.
Yeah, a bush latte on one side,
Beth.
Look, it's
and
just like
pistol on the other.
Derringer here, bush latte here.
There's
Oh,
another.
it's about to
And
get real.
it's just putting the bush latte in Lonnie's mouth and drinking it.
And I'm just going,
There's another shirt idea.
Oh my god.
What'd you say, something, bitch?
Team Follicle Fountain.
oh, man.
Oh my god. So anyway,
No, you know what
onto
we
the-
should do? We should take a silhouette picture of me from behind, just like the Follicle Fountain, and put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Team Follicle Fountain.
Yeah. So, would you say that Bernie Sanders is a leftist?
No, he's farther than that.
Dude, no,
He's a
like,
socialist.
he's
He's
socialist.
out.
He's
I think
straight.
Okay, but would you say that he's been one of the ones preaching equity?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Would it surprise you to know
That he doesn't know what that
that
is.
he doesn't know what equity is?
Also,
Huh?
no, it wouldn't.
Well, he was on Real Time with Bill Mayer.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Yeah, Bill
Well, you see,
Nye, the science guy.
Well, you see, when you have people like me and my brother Dr. Fauci,
And they want all the pudding.
Oh!
Dr. Fauci,
Every time I hear-
he's always
every
been
time
the
I
most
hear-
popular. So I have to do things to make myself look popular.
Your impression.
Shut up. That's the best I
Just
can do.
listen. When you're doing an impression, your real voice really creeps in on certain words, and it's hilarious.
I know.
So
Look,
keep it
you
up.
just gotta let your front lip hang down to your chin.
Shiz me.
Are we full screening this right now?
Shiz me. Shiz me.
He's trying to
I
eat
wish
your
I could
fucking
zoom in and
Joe.
like really zoom in. I was like,
Excuse me. Sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe. Please stop letting your real voice come in the middle of your impressions. It's very, very bad. Very bad. You probably, a lot of people are saying you probably shouldn't be doing impressions. Frankly, it's disgraceful.
I'm getting better.
Thank you, Mr. President. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
That's the wrong button. I meant to push.
Trump out.
Kate likes her some orange man.
Excuse me. Orange Man, not bad. Orange Man, probably your favorite president that's ever existed. Ever probably better than Lincoln, better than Kennedy.
Let's be honest with ourselves here, though. Bernie Sanders and Dr. Fauci could be cousins. No, I'm not saying that as a fact. I'm saying like.
Well, what you should know is that if you're questioning the science, you're questioning me.
The science.
Because I
that a
am
dog?
the science.
That's
That is a dog.
Okay.
Anyway,
I was like, what the
so
shit?
let's listen to Bernie be gloriously stupid on HBO. Go for it.
People paid for this.
Concept. So
Every time I
how
hear
would you
Bernie talk, I just see a
differentiate
hammer and
between
sickle and
equity
see me
and
just
equality?
fly.
Hold on, pause it.
Equality, we talk about.
Equality.
Go back.
Trying to
Let.
remember where his
Could you
is.
not talk over the question because the question is important?
All right,
827,
go ahead.
Bonnie.
Silence on the set.
Yeah, close enough. What?
Russell Brand is there, man.
Hit the space bar.
A lot of people hear equity and they hear equality. That like it's the same word, and it's not the same word and the same concept. So how would you differentiate between equity and equality?
Well, equality, we talk about. I don't know what the answer to that is. Equality is equality of opportunity. All right? We live in a society, we want all people to have whatever color your skin is.
Equity, I think, is more guarantee of outcome, is it not?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So which side do you come down on?
Equality.
No, whoa!
Whoa! You just lost a lot of voters, good sir.
Hold on.
Not that he had a lot to begin with.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't equity the reason that we had the idiot FAA candidate on last week?
Yeah.
Because
stupid.
that was 100% an equity hire, not an equality hire.
Look at his face right now. He's just sitting there thinking, "Oh shit."
He's sitting there thinking,
that is the face of someone who royally fucked themselves.
Can you back up? I want to hear him again.
Oh, we have to listen to stupid again?
Not that far.
Oh, well, too bad.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So which side do you come down on?
Equality.
Equality.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, "Oh shit."
Any comment on that one?
I just did what I did.
That's a definitional difference.
Not gonna lie, when I first saw this thumbnail for this show, I thought that was Bruce Willis, and I was like, "Oh!" It's not.
It's not Bruce Willis.
No,
Bruce Willis did not show up. Joe, you remember that night?
Yes.
And then Bruce Willis showed up.
Little side note: Bruce Willis is not doing that great right now.
No, he is not.
I was just about to say.
Yeah, he's really not, and I hate that because I love Bruce
Willis
Willis's movies.
Well,
Dude,
and
Bruce
that's why
Willis
when I
was
saw this, I got excited, and then I realized it was some dickbag.
Bruce Willis was a Class A actor of our generation, man.
Correct.
Not so much my
They
generation.
threw him
but
a
I feel
Final
you.
Christmas not too long ago. Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I didn't see that
all
either.
of his family, they took pictures. Like, they just went ahead and had Christmas for this year because they were pretty sure
They don't think he's going to make it.
Yeah.
Man, that sucks.
That really sucks.
Demi Moore was there, his kids, everybody was there. I was like,
Yeah, that really sucks. But anyway, so equality. Bernie Sanders supports equality,
Not equity.
not equity, equality.
Woo.
Which means
Which is logical.
Which means that his whole socialism thing is
A farce.
The damn window.
kind of out of the question because you're talking about
you see that window?
equity.
You see that window? It's way past that damn window. It's gone.
And that went all the way down the road until you fucked all the way off.
That's exactly right. That's exactly what I was
Straight
thinking.
down the road until you hit a meth lab.
Yep. Yep. And the meth lab is on fire.
It rolled all the
It's
time.
booming.
The meth lab is on fire. So, yeah, the fact that one of the biggest leftist names, one of the biggest supporters of democratic socialism,
Doesn't support it.
one of the biggest supporters of the Soviet Union back in the day, one of the the finest among our senators, Senator Bernie Sanders, supports
as wine.
equality. He finally admits that he is an idiot and a dickbag. I think he deserves a round of applause for that. Not real ones. He's not worth that.
And a joke.
So anyway, let's move along because we have got about an hour left and we've still got quite a bit to go through. We are getting to the end of it though, luckily. So it's time for my favorite segment. It's time for We Hate Her, featuring Black Debbie.
Boo.
Not a comment on her race, just a comment on her appearance.
You need a boo button.
You know, I was actually thinking about that earlier today.
We need to get a actual show segment picture to put up here and have her take the little Debbie off of the thing and
like we have This Week in Twitter.
Yeah.
Just have her on the little Debbie.
And we leave it as little Debbie, but just have her face instead of little.
In this picture, she looks like if you. I don't know. Her hair reminds me of Annie.
Yes,
me too.
Me too.
Yeah.
I was about to say if Annie went rogue.
Yep. So here she is in support of, or talking about how Democrats supported a really, really dumb law.
Shocker.
I did talk to the team, and we have a couple of things that I just want to lay out for all of you. And on what the DC bill does, it reduces maximum penalties for offenses like murders and other homicides, armed home invasion burglaries, armed carjackings, as I mentioned, armed robberies, unlawful gun possession, and some sexual assault offenses. I did talk to the team, and we have a couple of things that I.
How do you dictate that? That sounds like a horrible idea.
Let replay it. Just replay it.
Yeah, just let it go because.
Just want to lay out for all of you and on what the DC bill does. It reduces maximum penalties for offenses like murders and other homicides, armed home invasion burglaries, armed carjackings, as I mentioned, armed robberies, unlawful gun possession, and some sexual assault offenses. I did talk.
They literally just openly admitted, hey. We're gonna not be as hard
murderers and homicides
and rapists
home invasions
as well as armed home invasions
and carjackings.
Reduce sentences for those, for the finest among us.
That is okay. So here's the thing.
That sounds like
prison.
That sounds like inciting violence.
Prison, jail, things like that are made for the original intention of this. It was to put away violent people that are a danger to society.
No, you know what the original intent for people like that was? Public hangings. Bring them back.
Yeah.
Make public hangings great again.
Fair point.
So,
put him in a body bag, Johnny.
there's a couple more. So let's keep moving.
Prank him, John.
But stupid.
I want to know what some sexual assaults would be.
All of them.
Oh, the ones
it's
not
probably
involving
the ones that involve adults,
and the ones not involving senators.
No, the ones not involving adults. Sorry, where they
the worst of the
pedophiles.
Because that's
Democrats love pedophiles.
Yeah,
and if you're a senator, you're
minor
you're
attracted people.
Yeah, maps, equity,
I had a feeling.
Equity and whatnot. You know.
I had a feeling.
Damn you, Democrats.
Damn you, Tucker Carlson.
Until next time.
Until next time, friends.
Oh, all right. What's this one? Give us a rundown.
This one is her reaction to Tucker's January 6th footage.
Okay.
Ooh, this
should be
good.
juicy.
Yeah, let's take it away with Black Debbie.
This is gonna be sweet.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw!
I saw that you had a comment out this morning about some.
Give credit where credit's due. Lots of good color on her. Not in that way. I just realized how that sounded.
About the ongoing lawsuit between Dominion Voting Systems and Fox News, which
yeah, boy, you got a big ass head.
There may have been falsehoods in the reporting that they did around the election, which Fox, I should say, has said that those are cherry-picked anecdotes. But do you have a reaction to that?
Yeah, I do have a reaction. Look, we agree with the chief of Capitol Police and the rage of bipartisan lawmakers. You heard them all yesterday. You guys reported on it, who have condemned this false depiction of the unprecedented violent attack on our Constitution and the rule of law, which cost police officers their lives. That's what we saw on that day, on a very dark day in the attack on our democracy.
Didn't happen.
So we also, as it relates to the Tucker Carlson question, we agree with Fox Nation's own attorneys and executives who have repeatedly stressed in multiple courts of law that Tucker Carlson is not credible when it comes to this issue in particular. And we have
Why not?
PR back in September of 2020.
Hey ho, fix your necklace. You leash.
I think
I was literally thinking
side.
in my head,
I think-
that is a pretty thick ass pearl necklace. I wonder how she got that.
that would be
That was a sexual and
a little.
That's what I'm saying. That bitch is pretty thick. She's got to do a lot.
So again,
doubles his anal beads.
It's twisty.
I hate her. I hate her. I really hate her. Joe, do you hate her?
I do not like to choose the words hate whenever it comes to how I feel
Oh,
about
fucking
individuals.
just spit it out, okay? Fucking Ray.
I like to say that I strongly do not approve of her and I strongly dislike her.
So the only people in this that are not credible is you.
What I don't understand.
Your job is literally to lie.
He's straight up just like showing the video. He's not credible. Well, what do you think? He got some crayons and colored on the screen. I'm like, hold on, guys, let's break this window where the where the wasn't broken.
Next thing that's coming out, they're going to claim all the footage is deep fakes.
Yeah, that's the next thing. They're going to say it was all deep faked.
Lonnie said it here for all you to hear. He called it
deep fakes.
Deep fakes.
So hear me out. Lonnie called it.
Yeah, let's note this day. Today is
Mark it. Okay, so we can pretty much cut this one off because it's more.
Today
It's 30
is
seconds more.
the third month, the 11th day, at the.
It is
21st hour.
March 11th at 9:15. Lonnie says they're going to claim it was deep faked.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right, go ahead and go on to the next one.
Has anybody been looking at chat?
I am. I've been watching it.
We got any chatters?
Nope.
Probst here?
Nope.
Probst. Give us back our cup.
Give him a failure. Probst, this is for you.
Smell like failure. I want our cup back.
Maybe he's sick.
That's no excuse for freedom.
It's possible, but freedom takes no days off. And now, we're gonna hear what.
I do like how you can always tell when she's about to pull something major, some major BS out.
Because she
of her
starts
ass.
blinking and
She's
like,
well, I'm
yeah,
gonna.
Well,
So
so
literally every time she talks.
Yes, literally every time.
But she also
talks.
gives you this face.
She has a brain aneurysm.
She is the
blinking
most
so much.
unqualified press secretary since the sack.
Yeah.
And she was pretty unqualified as well.
And Kayleigh McEnany was a fucking rock star.
Yes. So anyway, now we're going to have a little spar over the Biden student loan forgiveness plan.
Is it with the deuce?
It is not with the deuce,
Damn
I
it,
don't
this-
think.
then it's
That
not as good.
disappointing face right there.
That's what I'm saying. You could tell
Yeah.
it's about to be some bullshit right
Yeah,
here.
she knows what's coming.
She's looking at you, motherfucker.
Hey, she knows what's up. All right, roll it.
One separate question, if I can, then I apologize. Thanks
Sure.
for letting me follow up. The president, yesterday from the podium, you said that there was no other plan. The president was focused on the plan that exists as it relates to student loan forgiveness. Right now, before the Supreme Court, the president told us on the lawn yesterday,
There's the deuce.
We're confident, we're on the right side of the law, but not confident about the outcome
We
of
miss
the
you, Deuce.
decision yet. So, because the president himself said that he is not confident of the outcome of the decision, what is the White House doing, or why is the White House not preparing a plan B to help those who have student loans know what they need to do to prepare themselves if it's rejected by the court?
Because we're confident in our legal authority.
He just said he's not confident in the outcome, though, so it doesn't
Because-
matter if
but
you're
who-
confident in your authority.
But of course, who would know how the Supreme Court is going
If you don't shut your cracker ass up.
going to rule.
Makes sense because it's a 6-3 conservative lean right now.
But it doesn't mean that we can't be confident in the merit, in our standing.
She looks like
and
she
we
wants to
are. We're
bitch slap
confident.
him so bad.
Because of the, I didn't mean to interrupt, but you're going to have faith.
No, she's
that-
gay. She punches.
That your
Oh,
argument is the one that the law supports, even if you don't think they will support it and not make an alternative plan.
What I'm saying
His
is
facial
that
expressions
the
are
president.
priceless.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Does not know how the Supreme Court will rule. That's of course. We never know in any case how the Supreme Court is going to rule. What we are saying is that the Solicitor General did an amazing job, we believe, in really defending the program that the president has put forth. And he laid, but you see why? Let me finish. let me finish. This is why I was saying earlier because you tend. Yeah, there you go. What
Oh, yeah, she's about to
what
lose
the SG made very clear yesterday, and we believe this, and actually spoke to the president about this morning, is that our opponents don't have the standing or the merits on their argument. That is because she put forth such a forceful argument for the president's plan.
I guess I'm asking because we're hearing from those who have student loans right now who are wondering if this is rejected, they have to make a plan B. So simply put, what is the message to those Americans who have loans right now? Because whether or not the White House thinks it's going to get through the court, it may not. What should they be doing actively right now, or what can they anticipate from you on their behalf?
So here's what they can anticipate from us on our behalf. And many of those millions of borrowers received an email from the Secretary of Education yesterday, basically stating that we have their backs. So we are going to continue to fight.
For 2 months, right? You would extend it for 2 months.
We're going to, well, there's two parts to that, right? We're going to extend it for 2 months, depending on the decision, right? That will be 2 months after the decision, or January 30th, right? So that is what we've put up. I'm so sorry, June 30th. You're correct. But our message is to your other.
She admitted she was wrong.
You asked is that we're going to have their backs. We are going to continue to have their backs,
need to
as the
play
president has
music.
had the backs of Americans, whether you're red state, blue state, rural America, urban America. We will have your backs and continue to make sure that we fight for you so that you are not left behind. And that is what this plan is about.
Prove it. What's
Yeah.
your proof?
Prove it.
When have you had anybody else's back ever?
Never. Okay, so moving right along. Actually, we've still got an hour left. I was thinking 2 hours from 8, so we've still got quite a bit of time. We don't have to rush as much as I thought because there's some juicy stuff coming up.
President Biden.
Now,
Slow your horses.
could you tell me how an approximately $7 billion budget is ever going to get passed with Republicans in control of the House of Representatives?
Is not.
Weird, because,
Probably because it's all about some bullshit.
That's exactly what President Biden just unveiled. Was a $6.8 trillion budget packed full of Democrat bullshit.
Wait, isn't it the same president that said he shot somebody or some shit?
Huh?
Wait, what?
Didn't he claim like he shot at somebody or something one time?
I don't think so.
I mean, sounds pretty legit though.
Sounds like something that he would say.
Yeah.
I remember back in Scranton when Corn Pop was coming at me, I had to fire a shot in the air.
I said I took my double barrel shotgun, fired 2 shots in the air, and said, "Don't you come another step."
What do you need an AR-15 for? Are the deer wearing Kevlar vests? Nancy, where is my titty? So anyway,
so he plans on adding $6 trillion to the debt.
no. The budget is $6 trillion.
At her age, I bet it tastes like evaporated milk.
So let's.
I just wanted to point out that we are almost. We're about halfway. We are at $31 trillion in debt as a country right now.
Yes.
Oh, that's it. Chump change.
That's chump change, man.
But don't y'all remember when I was like, oh, we're about $7 trillion in debt.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you were like wearing diapers at that time.
No, that was not that long ago. I don't think. Like it has went up quickly.
Hold on. Okay, let's go ahead and see what CNBC says about this.
President Biden unveiling his nearly $7 trillion budget today. It's filled with a lot of spending and a lot of new taxes. Kayla Tausche joining us with more on what we know and maybe what we don't. Kayla.
Brian, the White House budget is taking a harder line on taxing wealthy individuals and companies in order to lower the deficit over time and pay for ambitious new social programs that may sound familiar. In all, the administration proposes spending $4.2 trillion on Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare, with tax changes to make it more sustainable. $885 billion for defense, with China, the administration saying, is the main threat. $1 trillion for non-defense programs, with Homeland Security, the only agency seeing a budget decrease, and some $790 billion that they expect.
Okay, so
I didn't think it was that long ago. That was actually 2007.
What were you saying, Wani?
So I will say this: if it was this cut and dry, which I know it's not,
it's not.
If it was this cut and dry, I support this one.
Yep.
I even support this one to an extent, depending on the scope of what it's referring to. Don't really know, but these two, I could honestly get behind, but I know it's packed full of shit.
Oh, see,
that doesn't make
defense.
any
Yeah, the
sense.
defense one is the one that I questioned.
I honestly think you swap these.
I agree with that. I think you swap non-defense and defense.
Yeah, and I would say, hey, if it was that cut and dry, push it through.
I'm saying,
But
okay, so
that's horseshit. I know it.
The defense budget, though, how much of that's like talk money, where we give people money to be like, hey, do this for us?
Well, I mean,
it's
not as much as you would think.
Depending on, yeah.
So go ahead and let this finish out.
A budget decrease and some $790 billion that they expect to pay just in interest next year. The plan also calls for more than $4.5 trillion in tax increases. The White House is raising overall rates on Americans earning more than $400,000, adding a 25% tax on unrealized assets over $100 million, hiking the corporate rate, quadrupling a buyback tax, and removing lower rates for capital gains and carried interest.
Wait.
Proposals. But the budget,
Rewind.
which Mr. Biden says reflects his interests,
Keep going.
those are a
Keep
buyback
going.
tax,
Keep going.
assets over $100
One
million,
more.
$100,000, adding a 25% tax on unrealized assets over
Okay,
$100
pause.
million.
A 25% tax on unrealized gains?
Over $100 million. Yeah, you can't tax unrealized gains because you don't have that money.
Right.
This is what's going to trigger a stock market crash.
Right.
Too bad it's never going to pass.
Hopefully.
No, it won't.
No, it's not.
There's no shot in hell.
With the amount of control that the Republicans have right now, they're going to look at him and go,
But I
Congress controls the purse.
rejected!
I just don't understand the want to tax unrealized gains because that is not money in the pocket.
Yeah. Nothing the Democrats do makes sense.
That's true.
So why are you surprised?
Look, go bang your head on the wall 5 times, drink a couple of beers, come back, and then tell me how the thinking is, because that's about how they think.
Also smoke a giant blunt.
Oh, so I'll come back and pretty much not be able to think at all.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep, that's pretty much how
All
they have
right,
to
go
do it.
ahead because there's more stuff.
Corporate rate, quadrupling a buyback tax, and removing lower rates for capital gains and carried interest. Those are the proposals. But the budget, which Mr. Biden says reflects
Pause
his
that.
values, lays out policies.
The federal government has no business being involved in paid leave unless you're a government employee. It has no business in universal pre-K.
Wait.
Because we've seen
Wait, we're talking about the federal government, right?
Yes.
Correct.
About to say, state governments do have somewhat of a business in a universal pre-K type deal because they provide state-funded schools. What I think what they're
No.
getting, universal pre-K, kind of like
No.
they're just adding a pre-K.
No.
It's like kindergarten, but
No, they're not.
Is it,
They're talking about universal child care. They're talking about daycare.
no, because the next one says childcare.
Yes, it is included in that.
It's just a
But what I'm
subsection.
saying,
they're talking about.
I'm just saying some
governments,
places don't have pre-K.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, I like the idea of pre-K myself personally.
Yes. Let the private sector do it.
Not federally funded.
You do not need the federal government involved in any of this.
Hey, look how the school systems are right now.
No, that should be this up to the state.
Correct.
But that's not
Because
what
what I'm saying is ARAB has a pre-K. That's what I'm saying. That's a state institution.
Yeah, but what we're saying is
They're saying, hey, let
the
Big
federal
Brother
government has
Oh yeah. No
business
exactly.
in this.
Exactly.
That's what they're saying.
And I'm saying leave it to the state.
They have no business in elder or child care.
No.
It's none of their business. They also, they're talking about increasing the child tax credit. You know what would be better than the child tax credit?
Just don't take the fucking money to begin
Just
with.
don't take out taxes to begin with. Maybe letting Americans keep their entire paychecks
That they earned.
that you have no rights to the fruit of their labor is a better solution to that.
Well, there's some people that don't really work.
Well, those people seem like they have a personal problem. Because at the end of the day, it's not up to me to take care of somebody who doesn't work or to pay for their kids. So why do they get a child tax care credit?
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
I know what you meant.
Do you?
Yeah, obviously you don't think that people who don't work should get tax returns. They didn't pay in.
No, they don't. They shouldn't.
Exactly. I knew what you were saying.
Never mind.
No, it's a free discussion. Go ahead.
Elaborate, Kate. Are you talking about people?
I'm just talking about like people. Okay, like the equivalent of somebody like let's just say working with me that sits on their ass all day and doesn't do a damn thing. I just don't.
Well, yeah,
that's what I was trying to say too.
Right, but at the end of the day, that's between them and their employer.
Yeah.
Their employer should fire them.
It's
right. No, I agree with you. Anyway, so a better solution to this is the abolition of the IRS. Just don't take that money to begin with, and then you don't need any of this stuff.
Yeah, let's
continue.
Let's not hire 86,000 more people.
Policy priorities for a potential
It's 87,000, but
paid leave,
close enough.
home care for elders and kids, restoring and expanding the child tax credit, among others. And in a speech today from Philadelphia, which coincidentally was his 2020 campaign headquarters, the president said the ball is in Republicans' court.
So I want to make it clear, I'm ready to meet with the speaker anytime, tomorrow if he has his budget. Lay it down, tell me what you want to do, I'll show you what I want to do, see what we can agree on or we don't agree on.
The Republicans have yet to agree on their plan,
Yeah,
but
did you hear that
remain
too?
united in their opposition to the White House's proposal. House leadership called it reckless, saying this is a spending problem, not a revenue problem.
And
White
it
House
is.
acknowledges this budget has no future in its current form in Congress, but says it's the starting point.
Her eyes are
Ryan.
uncomfortably far apart.
Oh,
damn, she's looking like
She's
ET.
a lizard person.
No, she's a sloth.
Okay, so
first one of the season.
And on to the next part. He did kind of ramble in his speech about this.
Yeah, he does ramble. I'll give you that.
He do be rambling. So
We're also going to save billions of dollars on going after criminal who commit fraud. You know, a lot of people are saying to me that they don't
Lackluster
like the
clapping.
idea I'm prepared to give
Then he just
up
goes
to
starts talking to the wall.
Up to $20,000 if you got a Pell Grant.
Where's Jill's finger? I want to bite it.
For anybody
How did it get so
who
loud?
has a student loan.
I'm
during
just
the
waiting for
recession.
him to Beyonce down those
Guess
steps.
Well,
guess
we
what?
paid in the so-called PPP program.
PP. You shouldn't be talking about PP, Joe.
$900 billion. I think don't hold me that number, but it's well over
Nancy, where are you? I need my calculator
during
titties.
the pandemic.
Nancy, where you at?
Pay employees. They could do it. But guess what? You may remember I was running for office at the time, but you all may remember that I had a big fight with the former president.
Your depends.
and
You had a
maybe
big fight
future
tomorrow.
Yeah, that too.
Bless me, Father. Anyway, no, all kidding aside.
I'm not
What
joking.
did he just say?
No, I
What
didn't hear
happened
that.
was, all kidding aside, bless me, Father,
No, one more.
and maybe future president. Bless me, Father.
No, I don't know.
Oh, he was talking about Trump
had a
maybe
big
being
fight.
the future president.
The former president, and maybe future president. Bless me, Father. Anyway, no, all
First off,
kidding aside.
he's not blessing
Here's
you.
the deal.
Here's the deal.
What happened was, the folks are really going after me for trying to. And by the way, 90% of all the debt forgiveness for student loans will go to under my plan. 90% will go to.
I've gotten tired all of a sudden.
Families making under $75,000 a year. Okay, 90%. But here's the deal. The PPP program forgave a lot more, and I'm not suggesting it shouldn't, but the big fight you may remember going on was, what happened was, our good friend, the former president, decided all the inspectors general, the guys
Go to
that
bed, Grandpa.
watched
Eat your
everything,
fucking pudding cup
I
and take a
did
nap.
The
Jesus.
major
pudding cup.
Barack Obama, he asked me to dealing with the deficit reduction plan that went on. And guess what? I had all
Guess
these
what?
inspectors checking every decision I made to make sure they were legit.
Guess what?
He fired them all. I said, you shouldn't do that. Well, guess what? Now we're finding out there's billions of dollars stolen. So my Justice Department is now going after them. We're doubling down on prosecuting criminals who stole relief money meant to keep workers and small businesses
How about you?
afloat during the pandemic. And we're going to triple our
But you're not going after your son
strike force. double the statute.
That's right. Rules for thee, but not for me.
Crack down on identity fraud and criminal
quid pro
syndicates
quo.
who
Quid-
stole
quid
billions
pro
of dollars
quo.
from American
You mean
people.
quid pro oh no?
Studies show
Yeah.
for every dollar
Oh,
we put into
fuck.
fighting fraud, taxpayers get back $10.
Just
10 times.
All right, I had enough of this
Yeah,
shit. I'm feeling
so-
fucking stupid. I can't even say words anymore.
And it should be noted that, as Joe was saying, back in 2003 was the last time that the national debt was below $7 trillion. So it has not been that long. Now,
and we're up to 30 what?
$31,000. $31 trillion.
Trillion.
Thousand.
Wow.
Woo!
No, we'd actually doing pretty good. Like hell yeah.
Hell
we're
yeah.
thriving.
Staying.
We're thriving.
So, but that brings me to something that happened on Twitter between me and somebody else. Somebody was talking about how reducing taxes doesn't lead to more revenue. And I said, well, the data doesn't back that up. The data actually shows that when you reduce tax rates, revenue continues to go up. It's fact. It's not disputable. Like, that's something that happens. And it all boiled down to this guy was talking about total fiscal policy, not tax rates. He was tying the debt as a percentage of GDP and all these other things to tax rates, which you can't do, because at the end of the day, when you're looking at the debt, when revenue goes up, spending shouldn't also go up. You should be operating a surplus, right? But when you look at the data shows that revenues go up, but spending goes up by more. So tax rates are not the problem. Government spending is the problem.
Yeah.
And this pork-filled bullshit budget that Biden has proposed just to make Republicans look bad is the exact example of what I'm talking about when it comes to revenue. Because if you enact all these huge tax increases, your revenue is going to plummet.
Yep.
You're not going to get as much revenue. Period. It's not going to happen because people are not going to spend their money. They're going to pull all their money out of all of these things, and then you're not going to be able to tax it.
They're going to conserve their money because it's hard to come by.
Yeah. So your budget is going to do the exact opposite of what you think it's going to do, and you're too stupid to see it. That's a problem. It's a huge fucking problem.
I don't even think it's that they're too stupid to see it. I think it's that they think everyone else is too stupid to not see it.
Stupid.
Agreed. Yeah, I think that's part of it. But when you look at mainstream media these days, it's easy to see why Democrats think that the American people are gullible.
Absolutely. If the media even told, I would say, half truth, just across the board, half the truth, it would be a different story.
It would. But they don't.
No.
And as we get into COVID nonsense, you're going to see that.
Oh, shit.
Because here we have one Dr. Redfield testifying in front of Congress about COVID.
This should be good.
Oh, it's beautiful.
That I will say, if you go back and look, it's declassified now, and I'm sure you'll all have your classified briefings, but the declassified information now, in September of 2019, 3 things happened in that lab. One is they deleted the sequences. It was highly irregular. So researchers don't usually like to do that. Second thing they did was they changed the command and control of the lab from the civilian control to the military control. Highly unusual, and I've been involved in dual-use labs when I was in the military. And the third things they did, which I think is really telling, is they let a contractor redo the ventilation system in that laboratory. So I think clearly there was strong evidence.
This is about the
that there was
Wuhan
a significant
lab.
event that happened in that laboratory in September. It's now been declassified. You can read it. I'm sure there's more classified information around that. I will say, if you go back and look, it's declassified now, and I'm sure.
That's a weird timeline of events there, sir.
Super weird how that happened.
Especially how the CCP had a contractor come in and do something.
Sounds like the start to every zombie apocalypse movie.
Indeed it does.
Is this their umbrella corporation?
Now, there was more from Mr. Robert Redfield. Or I think that's his name, Robert Redfield.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Bobo.
Let me see if I can find it real quick. But go ahead and go to the next one, which is the CDC director.
Dumb ways to die.
This one is a slight bit longer. Oh, it's Robert Redfield. This is the same guy. Never mind. He's the former CDC director.
Dr. Redfield, did you agree
This
in
is
your
the one that I
opinion
was
with Dr.
thinking of.
Anderson's assessment at the time that this virus did look engineered?
I was concerned because of the presence of the furin cleavage site that we've talked about. And I think it's important to understand what that cleavage site does. That cleavage site totally changes the orientation of the binding domain of COVID.
Talk about cleavage.
So it now, which could not see the ACE2 receptor, which is the human receptor, it totally changes the orientation now, so it has high affinity for a human receptor. So that furin cleavage site bothered me. It didn't seem that it belonged there. And then when you look at the sequences that it used, and it's beyond the committee, but I know many of you have looked into it, the sequences that they used in those 12 nucleotides for arginine were the arginine sequences, nucleotide triplet, that coded for the human arginine.
I just want to pause and point out something.
She's bored as shit.
No. I'm not talking about Miss Piggy back there. I'm talking about the fact that this guy actually knows what the fuck he's talking about, except for, opposed to the guy they,
Trotted out in front of everybody?
For the FAA.
Yes.
Like, whoa.
Well, he's not a nominee. He's
Well, I
former
know,
CDC
but that's
director.
what I'm saying. Like,
Okay, yeah,
hey,
yeah.
shows you the difference in people who are qualified and who aren't.
Yes. Yeah.
Like,
it really.
this guy is talking this shit, and he's confusing me because I don't know.
The other guy sounded. He basically.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He basically sounded like Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Yeah.
An actual quote from the FAA
I think
director.
you're giving this guy too much credit. He made Alex Jones sound really smart.
That's true, but there was additional audio. The Alex Jones clip.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Oh my God.
I'll be
I'm
honest
kind of
with you.
retarded.
I'm kind of retarded.
Oh.
I'm just gonna go ahead and stupefy myself.
Stupefy myself.
What do you want me to do?
I wanted you to play the Alex Jones clip.
Don't feel bad. He's done that to me too. He's like,
Lonnie, Lonnie does the same shit. So
because he'll just be talking and he just comes out of it out of nowhere. And I'm
I looked
like,
over at Lottie and he was all like,
so here's the thing. When I
like,
say
push
we
the
have
button.
we have additional audio from so and so, that means get ready to Alex Jones them.
yeah, just have your finger twitch.
I mean, I'm gonna.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
That's like me with you saying we need to stop. I bet that place has chips. Yeah, see?
You know what needs to start happening? Y'all need to take this stream deck back home and he's just gonna sit there and just quiz you, just like.
Da 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 da.
Wear your sweatband and your wristbands.
Yes.
The tiger is the fear of the fight.
Rising up
to the challenge of our rivals.
You think the stream deck is your ally?
I have the high ground.
It's over, Anakin.
Next thing
I have the high ground.
We see Kate running up. Next thing you know, we see Kate running up the Capitol steps with like a headband on and carrying the
stream deck.
Holding it up like this. Like
Okay.
fucking Simba.
So this is
and then all of a sudden you hear, I don't know if you know, but I'm kind of retarded.
this is actually super important. So let's just go ahead.
So why did this virus have the arginine sequences for human there, not bat? It was very disconcerting to me. It looked like this virus was
Can we
engineered.
back it up a
Was
little bit,
this
though? Just
what
a-
you're
just a
observing and
smidge.
speaking of? Is this something that was this what you're observing and speaking of? Is this something
No,
that would be in
go
line
further
with
back.
function
Yeah.
research and the capabilities that
When he's explaining the
Way back.
pathogens or whatever.
Triplet that
Yeah.
coded for the human arginine. So why did this virus have the arginine sequences for human there, not bat. It was very disconcerting to me. It looked like this virus was engineered.
Was this what you're observing and speaking of? Is this something that would be in line with gain-of-function research and the capabilities it would provide to the virus?
Yeah, I mean, basically, this lab published in 2014 that they accomplished in this, allowing the coronaviruses that they were working with in the lab to bind to the ACE2 receptor in humanized mice. And the only way they did that was by reorienting the binding domain.
And it was clear to them at this time that that was likely the issue in their private conversations. Yet by February 4th, a paper on the origins of COVID is drafted by 4 participants of the February 1 conference call. One of those participants, Dr. Anderson, completely reverses himself in an email to the president of EcoHealth, Peter Daszak, and says the main crackpot theories going around at the moment relate to this virus being somehow engineered, and that is demonstrably false. My question to you, Mr. Redfield, did you know of any evidence that they had found within 3 days from February 1st to February 4th to be able to confirm that it was not created in a lab?
As I mentioned earlier, unfortunately, I was excluded from those conversations, which I found retroactively very disappointed, since I was obviously a virologist and very engaged, and I actually had asked Jeremy Farrar, Tony Fauci, and Tedros to have these conversations. And then to be excluded, I found unusual.
Damn.
One point,
That's deep.
That's a slap in the face right there.
Yep.
When you have a group of people
Hold
that
on,
decide
pause it
there
for a
can only
second.
be one point of view,
It's almost
that's
done.
problematic.
But so this guy, he's dropping the bomb. He is dropping the shit all over the desk.
Oh, that's not shit. That's a nuke.
I mean, yeah.
He just nuked.
He nuked
Everything.
Fauci's butthole out the
Enemy
window.
mortar strike inbound.
So context here for that. We were watching The Two Towers last night, and we got to the point where...
Not the World Trade Center, Lord of the Rings.
Right.
Yeah, we were watching The Two Towers last night, and we got to the parts where the Ents attack Saruman.
Oh, yeah.
And they start chunking rocks, and I just look
One
at Kate.
catches on fire, I'm like, Molotov out!
I look at Kate, and I'm like, enemy mortar strike on opposition. It's like, everything is Call of Duty if you just time it right.
Perfect.
Yeah, so, this tells me nothing like a virologist scorned.
No.
Well, see, but okay, so
Eat
this
your
is
heart
one
out,
of the
Tyler
this is
Perry.
another one of the people that he stayed quiet during the whole beginning of this because he knew if he said anything, he'd just get shit on and be completely.
No, he waited for his moment. He said, "My spotlight moment is coming. I'm
I
gonna
would
fuck
pay
you
money
up."
to see that movie, by the way.
But that's what I'm saying is if
Eat your heart out, Tyler Perry. I'd pay money to see that.
if he would have said anything in the beginning, he would have been discredited. He'd have no job. He'd
Well,
be in the wilderness.
Look,
so to speak.
obviously, this guy's smarter than your run amok people
Right,
because
right.
Listen, this guy fucks.
And I feel like he needs.
I bet he's got a big dick.
I feel like he needs a standing
Probably.
innovation too.
Big balls too.
Yeah.
I feel like he needs a standing
Giant,
innovation.
Balls like
man-sized balls.
The thing sounds like a fucking gong every time he walks.
When he's walking through, he's walking through the CDC, people. When he's walking through the CDC, people are like,
"The fuck? What's
Hey, I
that
think that's
dragging on the ground?"
I think that's Obama coming in the door, fucking dragging a log chain behind
All right,
him.
let's finish this. We got other stuff.
And I'll keep going saying it's antithetical to science, and unfortunately, that's what they did.
I can tell you, Dr. Redfield, that is the case. It's very problematic because how people suffered in this country from those, what I would call tyrannical decisions, using their positions of power and shutting down the country in the way they did. I think people definitely do feel that way. Thank you. I yield back.
Okay. So, we've learned that it absolutely looked engineered. Now, the next part is even worse. Because the next part is just a... Wait. No. Back one. You're on the wrong one. That one. This part is even worse. Go ahead and full screen that image there, Lonnie.
Why's my butter?
Just click on it.
Probably that fucking chair.
Now, Kate, if you would, put us on
I
a
did.
screen share.
Already did.
Okay, so Matt Hancock says, we frightened the pants off everyone with the new strain, but the complication with that Brexit is taking the top line. Yep, that's what will get proper behavior change. When do we deploy the new variant? Been thinking more about this and think we need to be more cautious, the strain that is. Think you made the point earlier, but we need to keep schools off paperwork/agenda. Yes, worth doing a bit about no leaking at the top, I think. Big risk with the variant. Right-wing papers go for a renewed push for let it rip on the basis the vaccine strategy is undermined. That's why we reassure the vaccine. So this is actually the UK Health Minister, Matt Hancock, planning to deploy the new variant in COVID messaging to frighten the pants out of everyone in order to get the proper behavior change in the public's compliance with lockdown measures. That's in the UK. That's not even here. Tyrant's gonna tyrant.
Yes, sir.
So, anyway, just thought that was rather interesting. And then we've got the great Jim Jordan.
Chairman, thanks very much for being here.
Good to be with you, Maria.
You've got 2 upcoming hearings this week, the subcommittee on COVID,
You
and
put
then,
it
of
on full
course,
screen.
the weaponization of government. What are we going to learn this week, do you think?
Well, first on the COVID issue, understand that on January 31st, 10:32 p.m., 2020. So right at the get-go, Dr. Fauci gets an email from Dr. Christian Anderson, which says virus looks engineered, virus not consistent with evolutionary theory. The next day, he gets another email from Dr. Gary. Now, these are doctors he's handed out our tax dollars to over the years. Dr. Gary's email says, I don't know how this happens in nature. It would be easy to do in a lab. That same day, February 1st, 2020. So again, right at the start, that same day, Dr. Fauci organizes a conference call. Him and Dr. Collins get on there with Dr. Gary, Dr. Anderson, all these other virologists. They get on there, and 3 days later, everybody changes their story. The same guy who said this would be easy to do in a lab says, "Oh, now you're crazy if you think it came from a lab." The same guy that says, "I don't know how this looks engineered," he changes his story. And then the kicker is, 3 months later, those same 2 doctors, Dr. Anderson and Dr. Gary, get a several million dollar grant from Dr. Fauci to continue their research. So the fundamental question is, why was Dr. Fauci so consumed with making sure the narrative wasn't about the lab? I think it's because they were doing gain-of-function research there. He didn't want that out. And that was the narrative that everyone on the left bought into, even though the facts and common sense, maybe most importantly, pointed to the lab leak theory.
I mean, this is something that we should all agree on.
Yeah.
Let's get to the bottom of this disease, this virus that killed 7 million people across the world. I don't understand the media immediately going with this Democrat narrative and the CCP narrative rather than forcing for an investigation.
Yeah, why not just give us the facts, be transparent with this, but understand with this virus, they have told us all kinds of things that turned out to be false. I mean, they told us it didn't come from a lab. Now, again, it looks like it sure did because the Department of Energy, FBI, everyone says it came
now
from
they
a
want
lab.
to war with China.
Now,
So
they said it
makes
wasn't
perfect
gain-of-function
sense.
research. Sure looks like it was. They said it wasn't our tax dollars used at that Wuhan Institute of Virology. Yes, they were through EcoHealth. They went there. And then, of course, they told us that the vaccinated couldn't get it. The vaccinated couldn't transmit it. They told us that there was no such thing as natural immunity. This would be the first virus in history where there's no such thing as natural immunity. So time and time again, they told us things that were not accurate. Again, the fundamental question is why? What was was it politics motivating them or what? But I always tell people, I always say, we're Americans. We're big boys and girls. We can handle it. It's supposed to be a government of the people, by the people, for the people. So tell we the people the truth. Quit trying to quit lying to us.
But why? Why would you? Why would
Why
you?
would
Why
you-
did you want to do that?
No, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you?
But because some Americans, I've literally had people who said that, no, I don't want to know the truth. I'm kind of okay with just living in the dark.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
I'm not.
You're turning a blind eye to
I'm not.
it. So it's just whether you want to or not. Eventually, you're gonna have to face it.
No, there's one more. This is the one that Joe actually found today.
This one?
Yep.
The position right now.
It is I, the science.
Now we get to hear from the science himself, Dr. Anthony Fauci.
Fucking crack.
If I let him crawl out of his laboratory rock.
Yes.
You know.
I just imagine him coming out of a terrarium.
Dude.
He's like crawling. He's like.
Dr. Fauci sounds. I imagine he sounds like the average New York hooker.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's been chain smoking for 50
Hey,
years.
You want to go to the car and have a little jerky jerk?
She works at Huddle House.
No, it's
the
diners.
Arab Huddle House.
It's diners.
First of all, don't discredit Huddle House like that. They're a step below.
You watch your
Waffle
mouth.
House.
That's true.
I feel
Waffle
like-
House is superior.
She's a hardworking woman that's trying to feed 8 children. Okay?
And support her meth addiction.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a true fact.
All right, let's take this
buy her
away.
carton of cigarettes.
Can we take this away
Buy
now?
Jelly Roll tickets, all right?
3 years ago today, the World Health Organization declared COVID-19 a pandemic. There is still no consensus on the origins of the virus that has killed nearly 7 million people worldwide, including more than 1 million Americans. The question is back in the spotlight in Washington. The House yesterday unanimously approved a bill to declassify U.S. intelligence information on the origins of the coronavirus. The Senate passed it earlier, and the legislation now goes to President Biden's desk. It is not clear yet whether or not he will sign it. The president told reporters yesterday that he hasn't made that decision yet.
And pause it real quick, Lon. I just want to make a quick point.
God.
No, this is a good point.
Has been a heated issue.
Since when was it?
of this
When
debate.
was it
Since
classified?
early on in
It was
the pandemic,
always
U.S. intelligence
classified.
Agencies are split on
Corvette.
that. And joining us now to talk
Yeah.
about this is Dr.
Yeah.
Anthony Fauci.
Oh,
who
son
served
of
as
it, I
President
forgot it.
Biden's chief
But they were
medical
telling us,
advisor
oh, no, it
and
wasn't.
head
It
of the
wasn't.
National
Okay, well,
Institute of Allergy
why is it
and Infectious
classified?
Diseases for decades, including under former President Trump. Dr. Fauci, good to see you as always. Thanks so much for being with us.
Wrong.
President Biden,
called
I guess
Mr.
you probably heard,
Science.
said he hasn't decided whether he will sign this legislation. You were once his chief medical advisor. Would you advise him to do it?
Well, Jim, I don't want to be advising him when I'm not in that position right now. I'm sure he's going to make the right decision. One thing we can say, we'd like to learn as much as we possibly can.
Oh,
about
you knew
information
plenty.
That hopefully will be available. You know, there's this.
I'm scrubbing my
two
emails.
sides, you know, one group says it more likely is one or the other. I must say that we all must keep an open mind, Jim, about this for sure.
You mean like you
Because
did?
Nothing has been definitively proven. The thing that's
I'm
important
gonna go
is
eat a
that we
hot
look at
dog.
the available data, not just
The
surmising
available
or tweeting
data.
Or
Jesus
guessing.
Christ, your
Just look at
impression is
the
fucking
data.
atrocious.
A fairly large group of very well-respected evolutionary virologists.
Except the one you
have
left out.
examined epidemiological, virological, geospatial data from Wuhan.
He's
and
using
have
big
come
words
the
to try to
conclusion,
confuse the dummies.
Not definitively by any means, but
Definitively.
feeling that it is much more likely that it is a natural occurrence from an animal to a human. However,
Bullshit.
since it hasn't been definitively proven, we've got to keep
Definitively.
a completely open mind.
Now he's
That
covering his
being the
tracks.
case, we want to know arguments or information or data on either side. And that's
No,
the
no,
reason
no, no.
why,
Hold
as
on.
You mentioned in the
Hold on now.
Wait a fucking minute.
Now you're interested in the arguments?
Because before it was like, listen to me, I'm the science.
Just like a terrible Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's what I was about to say. Get to the chopper. Fly out of war.
Now,
Do my
I
best, shut
remember this same man sitting in front of Congress and saying, if you're questioning the science, then you're questioning me. And that Rand Paul did not know what he was talking about.
Even though he's a doctor.
No, Justin.
sounds like Trump.
No, Justin. It's you do not know what you are talking about.
You sound like Forrest Gump trying to personate him.
You sound like somebody from Abraham is what you sound like.
I don't care. I don't care.
Frankly, you do not know what you are talking about.
You don't understand what you're talking about.
But he says it really slow.
And that's enough of this to get the idea of now he's just covering his own ass.
Yeah.
That's all he's doing. He knows that he fucked up. He knows that the data's coming.
That's why
and he is terrified.
Yeah, that's why he's leaving everything
You know what's
very
gonna happen?
open-ended. He's
Yep.
not as
Put my
concise.
hard drives in the microwave.
Put shove him at my ass.
I'm going to the Cayman Islands.
See, that's what I was gonna say. You know what's
So
gonna
that I
happen?
can't be extradited.
Have you seen the movie
I
Hackers?
don't know why I went Australian there
Have you
for a
seen the movie
second.
Hackers?
Wait, mate, I'm going down there with a
Have y'all
crocodiles, eh?
Have y'all seen the movie Hackers?
Yes.
So you know at the end where that he's like, got the deal on. He's in the jet and he's like, oh, thank you for the pillow. And they're like,
that's
oh,
literally you.
That's going to be Dr. Fauci.
Yeah.
I have a feeling this worm's gonna escape
Bill,
somehow.
get the suicide.
No, he'll just creep back into his little dark corner. He'll be like,
No.
After
After this information comes out, you're going to hear about Dr. Fauci
In
dying.
there with electric probes.
And they're going to say it was natural causes. He had a heart attack in his basement.
He had heart problems.
Yes.
Then he will
From
go
what?
to
From the vaccine.
place, and then he will, when he dies from natural causes, he will go to the same place where Epstein is sitting at. Let's just be honest.
Hell.
Where Hitler will shove a pineapple up their ass.
You go to hell. You go to hell and you die.
Name that
No,
movie.
Hitler's right next to him getting a pineapple shoved up his
that
ass.
movie.
Okay. What?
Does anybody know that movie?
Little Nicky.
What?
Okay, thank God.
My favorite character.
You're not sitting with a bunch of uncultured
And I-
swine, okay?
And I don't know why.
I know the movie. I've
Shut
never
your
watched it.
My favorite character, and
Get the fuck
I
away
honestly
from the
don't
table.
know why, is the booby man. He wears the bras on his head. I just
Yeah.
thought that was
My
funny.
favorite part is you chew it a little, and then you tilt your head back and you swallow it down your throat.
Ew.
He's eating Popeye chicken for the first time.
Now, it's time for the newest segment. It's time for This Week on Twitter. There's a button.
It.
Yay!
So, thank God for screenshots. Because this one, if I had not gotten it, I wouldn't have it.
Very tasteful.
Actually, it's more like thank God for
See that one?
Yeah, you should have changed the background color because it's just a fucking
I know.
face.
I know. You can barely see it, but anyway.
I can't see it at
So
all.
Jamanda Pop doesn't understand how Congress works at all.
Oh,
So here you see a depiction of California and a bunch of other states. California's blue. The rest of the states are red. Both have 39 million people. One controls 28 Senate seats. The other has 2. Yes, because that's how the Senate works. You dumbass. Do it again with the House of Representatives.
But Justin, land doesn't vote. Justin, land doesn't
It's not.
vote.
That's not even what that's about. Don't interrupt me. Okay.
Hit him with a retarded.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Now,
Smell like faith.
our next one
Damn!
comes from @Lindy_Lee. Wait a minute. Republicans will execute you for having an abortion, arrest you if you're black voting in Florida, prosecute you for reading the wrong books, but if you're a rich dude who attacks our Capitol and steals our docks, they'll let you run for POTUS again. Give me a fucking break. First
Holy
off,
fuck, how wrong can you be?
Republicans will not execute you for having an abortion. That is
First
the
of all-
opposite of what happens.
Her name is Lindy.
It's not lawful to arrest someone who's black for voting because everyone has the right to vote. And nobody's going to prosecute you for reading books because the book bans that you're talking about are restrictions on school libraries to make sure that 6-year-olds don't have access to pornographic material.
I would like to elaborate on that a little bit.
You lose. Good day, sir.
I would like to elaborate on that a
Ma'am.
little bit. I
Oh,
actually
sir.
have seen a list
What's your
of the
pronouns?
banned books, and it actually Ron DeSantis. Is,
They're not banned. They are restricted to age-appropriate groups. Stop playing into the lie that they're banned. Your point is invalid.
Okay.
No, listen.
Okay, give us.
I don't. I do
give
not.
us an example.
Lord of the Rings was on that list.
According to what source?
I don't know. I saw a list. I don't
Okay,
remember.
so
Okay, so that,
Lord of the
produce the
Rings.
list or don't talk about it.
Okay.
that's
Produce
fair.
the list.
That's fair. Admit that's fair
What?
to provide a list of what
Yeah,
source that was
yeah, I
from.
will.
Produce that list that has the Lord of the Rings banned. But again, what second or third grader do you know that's reading the Lord of the Rings?
I mean, my son probably will be.
Well, yeah, but your son is the exception, not the rule.
The only thing that I could think
You remember
of
Kelly
being
Garrett?
banned
She
is
would have
the
been.
some of the inappropriateness in it.
Correct.
Yeah.
What inappropriateness?
I mean, okay. First
There's a
off,
lot
for
of
you-
killing in that.
For
there's
you,
a lot of
for you-
death.
okay, so that's the thing. You have to think on a broad spectrum. does a second grader need to know about killing and death and all this stuff, opposed to an 8th grader?
No.
You know what I mean? You have to think about it in a broad scope. It's not,
I mean, back then, that kind of stuff like fantasy.
but we're
violence,
not back then. That's the thing, right?
I'm saying when I was that age, fantasy violence wasn't a big deal.
We're not that age anymore, and we're
here's
talking
a good
about children.
example. I accidentally allowed Luke to play Call of Duty, and that's all he talks about killing people. He doesn't understand what that means.
Yeah.
Same thing with someone I know. Their little 40-year-old was going to preschool and was like, "I'll shoot you and I'll kill you."
You don't know what that means.
And it's because he saw Call of Duty, but he doesn't know what that means.
Yeah.
He just thinks that's normal.
Anyway, on to the next tweet.
Ah!
Drop a heart if
so
Natalie Jacobs says, "Drop a heart if you think Hillary Clinton would have made a better president than Donald Trump."
I'm gonna drop a thumbs down on that, but sick hairdo.
See, that's
look. It's
You
slick.
can do that after this week in Twitter.
I'm just saying.
Next one.
Just looked like she took a dose of vitamin.
And Keith Olbermann has officially picked a fight with the wrong person. Keith Olbermann says, "Have you considered a career in business at Elon Musk?" And he's got a screenshot of other things. One of which is, "Please remember to report this tweet for violating rules by denying a violent event." Which was a tweet of Elon Musk saying, "I'm not a part of MAGA, but I do believe in fairness of justice. Chansley was falsely portrayed in the media as a violent," and it cuts off because, obviously, but he's portrayed as a violent extremist and domestic terrorist. And Elon replied to his retweet and said, "Have you considered a career in comedy?"
Boom, roasted.
Boom.
Autistic humor.
And that has been This Week on Twitter. Oh, I love This Week on Twitter. Anyway, Joe, the list.
Do not disappoint, boy.
I mean, I can't probably give you the whole list because there's a lot of context to like each book.
Okay, so find the Lord of the Rings on it.
Okay, so actually, I did find the Lord of the Rings, and it is banned in New Mexico, somewhere in New Mexico.
Okay,
but it was at a church school.
Okay, well that's magic.
Imagine that.
Wizards.
Yeah, they said it because it's satanic.
Yeah, I could see that.
So again, restricting books based
And you
on.
said, to be fair, you said Ron DeSantis.
But that's what I was actually about to go. Okay, so one that I did not like. Okay, let's see. Was it To Kill a Mockingbird? To Kill a Mockingbird.
That has some pretty graphic things in it.
Yes,
It's
but
not
the
age
lesson learned from the book is very important, though.
I don't
Yes,
disagree.
but it's an
for
age
what
appropriateness issue.
But it was banned. Let me see. Where did I see it? I saw it somewhere.
If it's below like 6th grade, I 100% agree.
I didn't learn about it until
High school?
Yeah.
9th grade, I
Yeah,
think. Is
same.
when they
It was
introduced
required
it.
reading in 9th grade.
Yeah.
Challenged at the Brentwood, Tennessee middle school. Where did I freaking see it? I saw one of them. It was in Florida. Either way, there are schools banning these books that...
They're not banning any books. They
They're
are restricting them by age.
You ever
No.
heard of
difference.
ratings on movies? There's a reason for that.
You know the thing at the top
There-
that says
Joe,
a PG
there is
and
no-
a PG-13.
No,
That's
okay,
for
so
the people
no,
over the age
well, in
of 13
Canada...
or older.
Yes,
Okay.
Canada is an authoritarian shitbag country.
Yeah, they don't have
How
They
much
don't have-
postage does it take to send a letter to Canada?
Who are you sending it to in Canada?
Canada. It says, fuck you, Canada.
Blackface Trudeau.
It says, "Dear Canada, fuck you,
Yeah, that's what it was.
Except your maple syrup. Pretty good.
titties."
Keep sending that, my
Anyway, now it's time. Where's the remote? Where's the light remote?
Behind you.
I got you, bro.
Thanks. It's time for Prope's favorite segment, even though Prope's isn't here. It's time for Joe's Conspiracy Corner. Ah.
Oh shit, sex lights.
So the ones so how I put them in that's not, so they're not in order how y'all have them.
Man, motherfucker, you should have told me this 5 minutes ago.
Well, I didn't know you were going to have it up.
They're
already.
actually in the exact same order
that I
as
sent them, but I
you
didn't send them in
them.
any kind of order. I just sent them as I found them.
Joe?
Oh, my God.
Now, can you tell me by the links?
The YouTube one is the first one, the one at the bottom.
The one at the bottom.
That's the first one. This is going to give us the overall.
So, what are we talking about?
Today, we are talking about the Denver airport. So,
okay, first off, I just want to say this. If you disappoint me, I will take this back and I will smack you. But Joe provided a quality conspiracy corner. Take it away.
So, there are many conspiracies surrounding the Denver airport, right? I think it's the lights flashing. Like as they flash, my mouth is like.
Or maybe you're just kind of retarded.
I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Anyway, there's tons of conspiracies surrounding the airport. There's artwork everywhere that depicts the end of the world. There's the runway looks like a swastika. The construction budget was way over budget, or the actual
way more expensive than what an airport construction should be.
Yes. Well, they went over budget
by a lot.
By a lot. So some people think that maybe there's underground tunnels. Anyway, I'm gonna let this guy explain it. He gives me a good rundown. He's better,
Don't forget the Illuminati too.
Yeah, I mean, well, like I said, there's a lot that I'm not just going to straight up mention now. Like this guy, he gives a good rundown. He's more well spoken than me. So
at the Denver International Airport, where there's tons of conspiracy theories surrounding this place. Let's just get down to the bottom of this. Supposedly, it went over $2 billion while building this airport. Is that true?
I don't know that.
Okay.
I know it was way over $2 billion.
So it went over budget.
It went way over budget.
The following are facts. Construction of the airport fell 16 months behind schedule and went $2 billion over budget with a final cost of $4.8 billion. Here are some of the theories.
That
In the
kind of
Denver
looks like
airport, there
a
is
giant
supposedly an
serpent's
underground
back.
facility meant to act as an emergency bunker for the
Like a
global
dragon's-
elite, made up of billionaires, world leaders, politicians, and celebrities. Another theory suggests that there is a vast underground network of New World Order command bunkers. And another theory suggests that there is a FEMA concentration camp for future use.
There's a lot of conspiracy theories about the airport here when they were first building it, especially in the bottom part, the lower part of it, the airport here, where the baggage comes in.
Yeah. An airport construction worker claimed that the scheduled delay had been because 5 multi-storied buildings had been built beneath the airport. The same construction worker, along with others, reportedly said that there was a complex network of tunnels beneath the airport. It was later determined that these underground tunnels may actually now be home to the airport's rail system. When you enter the Denver airport, there's a horse statue officially titled Mustang, but nicknamed Lucifer, and is thought to be cursed. One conspiracy about the horse statue is that it represents the 4th horseman of the apocalypse, which represents death, spoken about in the biblical book of Revelations. Its eyes glow red, a weird fiery red in the middle of the night. The horse statue actually fell on its sculptor, killing him by severing one of his arteries. We made it to the Denver International Airport dedication stone.
Freemason.
If you look closely, you can see that they have the Freemason logo, clear and proud. The Freemasons are a secret fraternal society that's allegedly the largest in the world. This secret society has existed at least since the 18th century, but possibly as far back as the Middle Ages. The Freemasons have had many powerful members throughout history, which has made people suspicious about the organization's intentions. The date that the airport was dedicated was March 19th, 1994, and that number equals 33, which is the highest level that you can get to in Freemasonry. This mural is titled In Peace and Harmony with Nature and is supposed to address the destruction of the environment. This mural is titled Children of the World Dream of Peace and is supposed to represent the wish to get rid of violence in society.
Just seeing the couple murals that are here in Denver, there's 4 in this airport, the 2 that are on that side and the 2 that are behind me. They're pretty much showing kind of like different ways of how the Illuminati affects life in every way.
The Denver Office of Cultural Affairs has publicly outlined the process of choosing artwork for the airport. A project selection panel made up of community members and artists is appointed to choose the artwork, but it must be approved by several government committees and the mayor before being commissioned. 3 dead women that look like they're all from 3 different nationalities. We have a letter from a child who died in Auschwitz in the Denver airport. So I don't understand the connection between me trying to catch my flight and having to run into this. If you look closely at this image of the dedication stone in the Denver airport, you will see it says New World Airport Commission. The New World Order is thought to be a small group of powerful people secretly working together throughout history towards an all-powerful global government. Even if the murals aren't referencing the New World Order, many people in government had to approve of them before they went up.
Okay, what's next?
All right. So, so it's supposedly the
underground tunnels that serve as
it's the Illuminati airport, right? Well, here, go up to the next YouTube video, Lonnie. Yeah, the second one. There you go. So, this is a video, and now he's saying it jokingly, but it's just play it. It's a little weird.
Just like Kirk, a little older, a little wiser, a little weirder. Well, as you know, Denver International has some strong conspiracy theories. So to make the airport experience a little more fun and keep with the theme for those traveling through DIA, the airport embraced the weirdness.
Nope. That's a little too close for comfort, lady.
Oh, damn.
She looks like that
You've seen
gargoyle.
talking gargoyle before? Welcome
Listen.
to Illuminati headquarters. I mean, Denver International Airport.
This is awesome.
Hello. Do I know you?
Are you hungry?
Oh, I'm starving. You got anything for me? Those flowers look delicious.
Oh, it's because of the conspiracy.
Oh, it's because of the conspiracy. Look at me. I'm a little know-it-all. Well, you can come over here. I got a question about this conspiracy. You know, you can actually put the phone down and have a conversation with me. But no, I'm a millennial. I've got to post it. I've got to snap face it and Twitter book it.
You're such a sweet talker.
Will you take me back home with you?
Let's go. I have some space in my backpack.
Actually, I think you have too much baggage for me.
Damn.
Roasted.
There too, huh, guys? Now, DIA says the gargoyle is a frequent flyer, racking up those miles. What, you think Southwest, Frontier Card, one of the two? And the gargoyle will be at the airport again soon, so they tell us to tell you, the passengers, keep an eye out in the future. You never know when you might see him.
Get rid of that.
I just thought that was he's joking about it.
The
but
Illuminati headquarters thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
Okay, so let's see what else we got in the show notes here. So let's see, Lonnie, there should be the pictures down at the bottom. So one thing that
oh shit, it does look like a swastika.
Yeah.
You'll have to zoom in on it probably.
Yeah.
Actually, right click it. Go to image options. Down.
Oh.
Nope.
You were just
right click it again. Go down to view more actions. Click save to keep. It'll pop up in a second. Now right click on it again and open image in new tab. It's the one next to the tab you just had. Now you can zoom in on it.
Too far.
Yep, that sucker looks like a swastika, bruh.
That straight up looks like a swastika. That's crazy. Jesus.
The Illuminati does not want it getting out, even though it's pretty widely known. But
yeah, that does look like a swastika. That's crazy. I never knew that.
And for the people wondering, here. here, here, and here.
Yep.
Couldn't see it.
Yep. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
That seems like a coincidence.
Did you have that?
Just a happy little coincidence.
Okay. What next, Joe? Come on.
Let's talk about this horse.
Lucifer.
Lucifer. So,
which link?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Probably the one that says Blue Mustang.
Yep, right there.
It's not my job to do this, Joe.
All right, so the Rearing Blue Mustang, a 32-foot high fiberglass sculpture, has guarded Denver International Airport for the last decade. It has gained notoriety not just for its glowing neon red eyes, which, by the way, its red eyes come from inspiration from his father, who used to like run a neon sign business or something like that. And then the horses fell on the dude and killed him. That is creepy.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
No. Where's my mouse? I lost it.
It's gained notoriety not just for its glowing neon red eyes and locally dubbed nickname of Lucifer, but it actually killed its creator, Luis Jimenez. So no, on this one it actually says it did kill him. The renowned and sometimes controversial sculptor essentially died in a workplace accident at his studio in Hondo, New Mexico in 2006. He and two assistants were using a hoist to move a section of the Blue Mustang sculpture when the piece became loose and fell on Jimenez, pinning him to a steel support and severing a main artery in his leg.
So the rest of it is just statistics because this is a law firm's website.
Well, it says one may attribute to Jimenez's death to an industrial construction accident. Okay, yeah, and it says, there's more throughout the country.
Oh.
Yeah.
But just look at the dang thing, man. Like, it's creepy as
creepy
shit.
that it did kill its creator.
Yeah, and it just looks creepy.
It does.
You can see a picture of him on the Myths and Legends one link. That first one.
One of the very top link.
Top link. You can see that picture of him. It's creepy as shit. He looks like exactly what you can actually go over there and I think full screen it over there. On that clicky button. Or you could do that.
Nope, that's not what that does.
Just right click and
How about
open.
this?
Yeah, there you
I
go.
mean,
that fucking
it
vein.
is rather creepy.
I mean, who commissions a horse like this for an already creepy airport?
The Illuminati.
Exactly, man. It's like I feel like it's like they're out in the open, but they're laughing at us from out in the open. Does that make sense?
Yeah, kind of.
Did they ever truly say why the whole reason of creating a blue giant ass Mustang?
No, I haven't found
what
that.
Was, like, I get the eyes were his inspiration from his father's neon company. That's why he made them red. But like, why is such a large 42-foot blue giant horse?
Let's see. I'm trying to. I don't see anything.
Like, I was just dropping acid, bro. I just thought it'd be cool.
I think it's like a mascot or something.
It's a mascot for the airport, Joe.
No, I mean, like.
Well, so here's the thing about Lucifer. You know, the guy said that they liken him to the fourth horseman of the apocalypse, which is death.
Right.
Yeah, the original Greek was chloros, which can mean either green, greenish yellow, or pale, which is often ashen. Pale green, yellowish green. So, doesn't really stick when you look at it in this sense. But things that are ashen can appear to be blue.
Well, yeah, but that's just one mythology.
Well, they're basing it on
Yes, the fourth horseman.
the fourth horseman in the Bible.
Not because of its color, just because of the way it looks. It's just creepy.
Yeah, it does. It is creepy.
It kind of looks like
shit.
it's
the
dead.
the red eyes and. Ugh.
I mean, when you die, you do turn blue.
There's that.
That's fair.
It kind of looks like a zombie horse.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna move on though to So there's some marketing mythology around this apparently. So there's countless other myths and legends connected to the airport. A mining cart carved into the tile of the Great Hall and adorned with the letters AU and AG, the atomic symbols for gold and silver, is really an abbreviation for Australian antigen, a deadly chemical weapon that the Illuminati will use to secure power over humankind. The coordinates for the location of the airport were given to its architects by space aliens. This is a list of the other conspiracies.
Strange markings on the walls and buildings are codes for members of secret societies or snippets of an unknown extraterrestrial language. They're actually references to the Navajo language.
Other organizations might try to distance themselves from such tall tales, but the marketing team at Denver International Airport has leaned into the legends. A few years ago, DEN hosted a museum-style gallery exhibition called Conspiracy Theories Uncovered, celebrating some of the airport's most notables. It included an alien skull that was made by employees and planted during the construction of the Westin Denver International Airport Hotel.
So they've also capitalized on this with a series of ads. One shows Lucifer, red laser beam shooting out of his eyes with the tagline, "Are we creating the world's greatest airport or preparing for the end of the world?"
Another one pictures one. What the hell kind of English is this?
English.
Another one
Spain
pictures.
that I am looking at.
Another one pictures of the
gargoyles in a Transportation Security Administration scanner, TSA, and asks, streamlined security or more secrets? Others depict space aliens, a lizard person, mysterious tunnels, even a cat in a tinfoil hat. Hey, that sounds familiar. All are hashtag Den Files.
I wonder if there's a Reddit r Den Files.
I'm sure there are. So, anyway, Lonnie, are you satisfied?
Hold on. Let's see.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
I mean, I was reading about some of the murals behind it, like what it meant and everything.
Yeah, I mean, supposedly they're like, oh no, it's supposed to represent overcoming things that are like apocalyptic type deals and overcoming, abusive rulers and all that. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. Like,
Well, there was one. It's the giant, the one with the title holding the giant gun and then the sword and stabbing a dove and everything.
Right.
That was supposed to be a reference to World War II and.
But it looks like World War III.
And the letter, it's not actually a letter, it's a poem written by that 14-year-old little girl.
It's still creepy though.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Don't get me wrong.
So,
but what about the gargoyles? The random gargoyles everywhere. Like, what the hell? Who puts gargoyles in an airport?
it's an art preference.
Gargoyles
It's
have been
actually,
around for
it was
a long
quoted,
time.
instead of Notre Dame, it was Notre Denver, is what they called it.
Look at Kate over here delivering on the facts.
I was
Yeah, look
reading
at you
about it.
failing to deliver on the facts.
Do I still have it
don't
pulled
ca-
up?
I don't.
Disgraceful him.
I don't care to debunk
Disgraceful.
conspiracy theories.
Anywho, that has been Joe's Conspiracy Corner. And now,
what do you think, though?
I think it was pretty good. Not that one. We're not doing those. Those suck. Now, I would like to take you on a little trip down memory lane to a place called Teambagging. This is your weekly funny.
Yeah.
chip, dip, dip, potato chip, dip, dip, potato chip.
What the hell are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing?
You're teabagging.
Teabagging. Hell yeah,
No,
I'm
we knew that
teabagging.
part, but what are you doing it to him for?
Because he's dead.
He's on our team.
Why does that matter?
You don't teabag. You don't teabag somebody who's on your own team. You only teabag the enemy.
Are you sure?
You don't understand how this works, do you?
Yeah.
How?
People die, you teabag them.
No, no, not your teammate. No teambagging ever, and not someone you didn't kill. Hey guys, I'm on the way. Oh, fuck! fucking lagging. That sucks.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
What a noob.
A noob. He's okay.
Look at him. He can't even run right.
He's not. He's having an issue with his connection.
With his running?
No, his connection. It's
I'll
not
be
him.
teabagging him later, I bet.
You think he's doing that on purpose?
Push forward. How hard's that?
It's lag. Holy shit. You've never.
All right, so in the future, do not teabag your own teammate.
Hey, I got a tip. Don't die. And you won't get teabagged. That's the rule I live by. I live by that every day.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
God, finally!
Okay.
God, it's like running on a treadmill. No, it's fucking lag. I can't even play on this server.
Okay, you know.
No,
when you die, you get teabagged, right?
What? Yeah, if the guy that killed you is a fucking asshole.
Yeah, he might have been. I don't know. But this guy died. I teabagged him.
Guy's on our team. Don't even.
Yeah.
Don't even.
Guys on our fucking
Don't
team.
even
Yeah.
start.
No.
So, are we on the same page?
No, I'm never on the same page with you. I'm like 10 pages ahead
Listen,
of your dumbass. You've been through a lot. Let's chill out. We've got things to do.
Have you checked your internet connection?
My internet connection's fine. Okay, look, the wife's in there watching Netflix. My daughter's probably fucking surfing on her Kindle.
Okay,
I
there
don't,
you go, there
it's,
you go.
it's being taken up by the stupid bitches that live in my house. It's not my fault. It's not our fault. Chill the fuck out.
Shit, run for cover. Chopper.
Oh, shit. Oh, get out of here. Go.
Damn it.
I just want to run that way.
Fuck you. Fuck you, lag.
Dip, potato chip, dip, dip, potato chip, dip, dip, potato chip, dip, dip, potato chip.
Oh my god, I love that so much.
You should play the Joe Rogan deep fake.
I just wanted to tell what I read. The gargoyles, they face each other east and west at baggage claim. So they're supposed to be the protectors of baggage claim. It's like a pun, basically, I guess, for like, hey, you lost your luggage, but they're supposed to be protectors of it.
You know who they couldn't protect the baggage from?
Yeah. I guess it's supposed
The
to be
nuclear
a
waste
joke.
dude who was caught wearing other people's clothes. Sam Britton.
The fucking weirdo.
Dang.
Gargoyles, you're fired. Okay, what one did you want to watch, Joe?
The one with Joe Rogan.
The top one.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. All right, this is it, and then we're done.
Yeah, as has been commented, that I wish he was this competent. The most alarming thing is that that's a really cohesive sentence from Joe Biden.
They're also operating with
Skip to
very
2
crude
minutes.
tools currently that will soon change with AI.
Right.
I think AI is going to completely shift the narrative.
Don't tell me they
and then
skipped the
from then
video
on,
and it's
you're
just...
gonna
No,
be
it
doing
said skip to 2
disinformation
minutes.
on just a
We'll start
they're
here.
crude now. Like, you know it's fake because you know the actual recordings of Joe Biden talking, but how long before it's a video that's completely indiscernible? You're not going to be able to know if it's fake or real. You can have him doing things that he's never done before.
Fucking booty I've ever seen. God damn, that shit was huge. I could barely believe my eyes, man. I had to cool myself off with a chocolate chip ice cream cone from Ben & Jerry's. Shit was actually fire. No pun intended. My buddy Kevin from the Secret Service then brought me to the White House to sign some more shit. It was probably more money for Zelensky in Ukraine, but I didn't really give a fuck. Remember to keep it real and vote for me in 2024. Swipe it.
Yeah, as has been commented, that I wish he was this competent.
Hold on.
The most alarming
We-
is that that's a really cohesive
we do
sentence
need
from Joe
to
Biden.
do
It's not
one
really
more.
sexist, but he's
Oh, yeah, I want to see like the whole thing. I couldn't find it though.
Hold on. There was a really good one that the Babylon Bee did, and it deserves to be played. It deserves its time. And I promise this will be the last one, and we will cut it off. There you go, Lonnie. Very bottom one.
So this is President Biden. He's your leader?
Oh, yeah.
Hmm?
Elected fair and square. Well, elected anyway.
And these are your flags back here?
Oh, no, this is our nation's flag, and this is the Philippines flag. We didn't know what kind of flag you used on your planet.
And how did you get your position again?
Oh, I'm trans. Our administration picks everybody based on intersectionality.
Oh, I got my job because I was the best qualified, but I suppose every civilization has its customs.
Here he comes. Mr. President?
The relationship between the United States and the Philippines, to state the obvious, has very deep roots. We've had some rocky times, but the fact is it's a critical relationship from our perspective.
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is General Flog. I come as the leader of an advanced scouting party from the planet Algonian 5. I'm happy to overlook the little misunderstanding where you shot down some of our balloon-shaped entry vehicles, though we did notice that it took multiple missiles to bring them down. Just saying.
Let me start off with 2 words. Made in America.
Earth must use a different system of mathematics. I want to learn about your planet and your great nation. Please, what can you tell me about America?
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to
I have spent the last 100 revolutions around our star studying all Earth languages, and yet I have never come across this word. What a fascinating etymological discovery.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by go. You know the thing.
Is this one of those Earth pranks that I've read about?
No, this is real.
Really? So, I understand you were elected to your position.
It is noteworthy that the percentage of women who register to vote and cast a ballot is consistently higher than the percentage of the men who do so. End of quote. Repeat the line.
You're just reading from a teleprompter.
You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
You do me a great honor. Who are these great soldiers you speak of with the faces of dogs and the diminutive but majestic bodies of ponies?
Stupid son.
Are you really trying to pick a fight with the emissary of an advanced alien race? Are you sure this isn't a prank?
You know, we get that a lot.
What's it? This is punked. Ashton! Ashton, are you here? you lying dog-faced pony soldier, you.
Look, Fat, look, here's the deal.
I may have put on a few space pounds on my way to your galaxy, but I find that very hurtful. I'm just really hoping that we can get something done between us that's productive.
So the best way to get something done, if it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to. Anyway.
Maybe I should just speak to this Trump person I've heard about. Some people say he's actually the true leader.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Well, no, I ain't. I'm green. Or aquamarine. What are you talking about? Please, isn't there someone else that I can talk to?
Of course. Right away.
Kamala.
I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure.
It's not over.
General Florg, I present to you the true leader of the free world.
I have the most loyal people. Did you ever see that? Where I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay?
I just remembered. I have a space dentist appointment. Really, must be going.
Hey, Babylon B fans, I have a big announcement.
All right, worth a couple of extra minutes.
That was funny.
Babylon B has been on one here lately.
Babylon B.
But I feel like it was a pretty effective show. I like the way that we're doing things now with the Discord and the layouts and everything else. I think we're knocking it out of the park. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Still, man,
much better job on Conspiracy Corner this week.
Yep.
But if you're watching and you're not subscribed, make sure you give us a like, subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon. You'll always be notified when we go live. The show notes will be available on our Substack, which is in our description. And I'm Justin.
I'm Joe.
I'm Lonnie.
I'm Kate.
Tally ho, lads.